Hello and a very good morning. Welcome to Shop on TV. I'm Hayley Green.
I'm Sean Crawley.
Together with Shailene, together we have got an incredible show. We've got a show from Vintage Cash Cow. We're very excited to be doing this again. This is where you turn all those unwanted items in your home, that clutter, into money.
And we've got an exclusive deal for you. Just take a look at some of the things in front of us. These are the kind of things that you can send to Vintage Cash Cow. And it's very important to point out tonight, you go directly to Vintage Cash Cow's website, vintagecashcow.co.uk.
Or you can use the phones, and you can scan as well our QR code taking you through to WhatsApp. You've got loads of ways to get in contact, but do it right now because the special deal is only for 24 hours and you get an extra 20% value of your box, or boxes if you want to send lots of boxes. This is fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you might be at home thinking, well, actually, I've got loads of boxes upstairs. My mum, when we did Mum's box, she couldn't believe what she made from things that have been sat in a box upstairs for years, left over from Nana and Pop and Grandma and Grandad and my auntie, and bits and pieces she didn't want to throw away. The lovely thing is nothing gets thrown away, everything gets rehomed,
repurposed, yeah. And it'll be things that you won't even think of. Things like cameras, medals, jewellery, costume jewellery. It could be things like cutlery, old telephones and old cameras.
Coins,
yes.
Notes, currency that's even stopped, honestly. And it could be watches that aren't working. It could be an empty watch box. Honestly, it's incredible. Do stay with us to learn more. But remember, you must get in contact right now. It's all free. It's free to get onto the website. It's free to go onto the phones. And what you will get is a free pack. They'll give you a great idea what you can send in. And then all you need to do is provide an empty box. And then you fill that box up. And that box, then you'll put your labels on, which will come in your free pack.
Yep.
Then you'll get the free postage, and they'll even come and collect it from your home if they need to.
It's as simple as this. You box it, you send it, and you sell it. Everything is free, as Hayley just said. And our bonus is that you will get that extra 20% added to your box value.
So if your box, if they get in contact with you and you say the box is worth £100, you'll get another 20. If it's worth £200, you'll get 40. If it's worth £500, you'll get 100 extra pounds. But this is a special because they are approaching their millionth customer. How amazing is that?
And paid out almost £50 million.
Yes. Now they'll get in touch with you, tell you what your box is worth within about 7 days. And if that's not right for you, if you think, well, actually, I thought it'd be more than that, they'll even return it for free. The fact is, I think you will be so kindly surprised that bits that you thought were rubbish that you might put into the bin, things you'd fallen out of love with, will actually give you money towards a holiday, towards a weekend away,
out, a lunch out,
a new phone.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's phenomenal. It's such a great company, and the lovely thing is you've got the opportunity to get even more today. Everything free, nothing to lose. You don't part with a penny. Just get onto the phones or get onto the website right now to get your free pack, because that free word we will use a lot.
You can call free 0800 246 5508. The operators are in the call centre till 3:30 a.m. but take advantage. vintagecashcow.co.uk.
My favourite thing about Vintage Cash Cow is the ease. I sent cameras and gold chains, silver. That's my phone.
Huh? Is it?
They make it terribly easy because you can sell everything in one go. I mean, Vintage Cash Cow really is a brilliant idea. I mean, the money's obviously very nice, so I'm a happy bunny with it.
I bet you've seen the adverts. I know you've heard Vintage Cash Cow. Honestly, it's a great way to make items in your home that you perhaps don't want anymore into cash, which is fantastic. But remember, you have got the extra 20% of value on your box.
As long as you use the code.
24 hours.
And you've got to use the code. Remember,
to get your pack.
Shop 20 will get you an extra 20% on the value of your box that you send in. We're going to talk in depth about things that you can send in, but we need to meet one of the founders who joins us for the show.
We certainly do, which we're very excited about seeing again, which is Anthony. How are you, my lovely?
Very good, very good.
Always lovely to see you.
Thank you for having us again.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
You behaved quite well last time, so we thought we'd ask you back. Tell us a little bit about your background, please, and how this all started. How did Vintage Cash Cow begin?
Well, it started in a garage with 3 people.
Okay.
And it's now in a humongous building with 300 people. So it's
Fabulous.
gone from like 0 to big, massive. It's actually very, very strange. When we started, we didn't think that there was kind of quite a product market fit.
A need
Yeah. for
You
as many
sort of
people.
sat waiting, didn't you? Will anybody send us a box?
That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. The first adverts went, will anybody post any boxes? And it was kind of, will they, won't they, will they, won't they? And then here we are, like 5-6 years later, with thousands and thousands of boxes.
Grown really, really
very
quickly, haven't
very
you?
quickly.
And how many boxes do you get, perhaps, sort of a day?
Maybe 1,000, 1,200,
Wow.
some days 1,500 boxes. I mean, it has just exploded, because it's very simple to sell one thing, but to sell all of your things in one go, have them looked at, curated, and get an offer for them, that's a different thing.
That's so true, because so often you'll see, oh, I can send my gold there, I can send my silver there, but then to see that we can send toys and costume jewellery and watches, it's such a collection, isn't it?
Yeah, to be able to do it. Look, you can take your stuff and you can put it all on eBay. You can take all of your stuff and you can go to an auction house. It takes time. It takes forever to get through the process. With us, it's very simple from beginning to end. The minute you sign up to the service and you get a free postage pack, within 7 days you're going to have an offer and decide whether you want to sell your
And the
things, isn't it?
So
amazing,
simple, so easy, isn't it?
amazing thing, it's all free. So free phone number, free website.
Yes.
Use the QR code if you want. That'll take you through to WhatsApp. Then you get a free pack with your labels.
And if you're the millionth to sign up, you get a free dinner with me.
Oh
Very
my
lucky.
word! Quick,
We're nearly-
sign me up! Sign me up!
What a
Yes,
treat.
nearly 1 million,
1 million customers,
We're
yeah.
virtually there. That's why we've got this special offer.
Yes, that's why.
And
yeah.
we were
Oh,
also
my
talking
word.
about the amount you've paid out. It's approaching £50 million.
15, that's how much stuff sat in homes where people have got, just sat there, didn't know they had it, just sat there, and we've paid out £50 million.
Could I ask, what's been the biggest value box?
Well, we've had some very, very high value in 6-figure numbers, hundreds of thousands.
And have they any idea they've got that sort of value in the box?
Generally, no.
How
Generally-
exciting is that?
And us finding some treasure for them. That's
Yeah.
the,
Yeah,
that's
that
kind
is
of
the thing. No one should doubt themselves. They should really put everything in that box, because we don't know. It could be costume jewellery, and you don't know if it's worth anything. You might get a bag of costume jewellery and there might be something amazing in there.
Look, you just don't know what's going to arrive, and we don't know. And look, you can put something in a box. You read things in the newspaper all the time where people are saying, oh, and this 50p is worth this money, or this piece of thing was found at a car boot sale and it's made £500,000 in an auction somewhere. People, if you don't know you've got it, it needs looking through, and we need to check it for you. So you put everything in the box, we go through it, curate it, value it, get a price, and then tell you what we'll pay.
And the other important thing to point out, Anthony, is that you've got so many experts in so many different fields, haven't you?
We've got a lot of people now, a lot of people. Like I said before, we've got over 300 people, but experts alone, we've probably got 500 years experience with 10 people or 15 people that have been in the industry for forever. You meet a couple of them later.
We
Yes,
are, yeah.
we can't wait.
One of the guys that's coming on is 98. Well, he's not. Don't tell him I said that. No, he's not. 78, sorry. I always get mixed up.
Oh,
No, but
you're
but that knowledge is, if that's what you need. You've got to know what the product is. You've got to have the people that know, because otherwise you can miss the things as well. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that people get the best service and the best value.
And it is the best service.
Yeah.
So many people saying, and I've sent my mum's box. We're just doing another box up now. And you let us know when the box arrives. Can you talk us through how it all sort
process,
of happens?
So it's very, I mean, it's so simple. It sounds crazy, but the box arrives the box will arrive at, you signed up, you get a box, you fill up, we put some things in. The postman will collect from your door. If you don't, you can drop it off at the post office. You've got the choice. Postman will collect, or you can take it to the post
we
office.
provide the box.
You
So,
provide the
yeah,
box. That's
yeah.
the only thing you've
That's
got
the
to
only
do.
thing.
Everything else is free, and you've all got a cardboard box at home, I bet.
A little bit of time we want off you.
Yes.
Spend a little bit of time, and a cardboard box. Not a flimsy box, a nice sturdy
And we
box.
wrapped all our stuff in like newspapers or bubble wrap and things.
The better. That's that's definitely the way to do it. You get it to the post office. We've got your box within a day. The minute it arrives, you get a message.
Yeah.
Then you'll get an email, and then it goes to a valuing station, and somebody will start looking at your products. You'll get another email, and then when the offer is ready to send out, you'll get another email, and all within a week, the whole thing's done. And then if you decide to take the offer, you can tell the person on the phone, and immediately, while you're talking to them, the money's in your account.
How
While
great
you're on the
is
phone,
that?
it can-
And even for my mum, because my mum's, she likes the olden days, you sent us a cheque.
Oh, we
which
do,
was-
yes, we
Which
do.
was lovely. She liked to check. That was very exciting.
Well, we still do that, but we find a lot of people now are happy to take the money
straight
in their
into your
account.
bank.
So
Straight to the bank.
we can be
Absolutely.
speaking to them, or we don't even have to speak to you. You can just tell us, and we
It's
just put the money,
instant.
and it's instant now.
And the other incredible thing is this is all free. So you've got free delivery. You know, you get
Free
it delivered
postage
free.
and returns.
You can ring up for free. The website's free. You get the free actual labels. All you need to do is provide the box, put the items in. Then you get the free quote. And if you decide that quote isn't what you hoped it would be,
We just give you it back
you send it back for free.
For free.
for free. Yeah, for free.
I mean, you've got nothing to lose, have
Well, that's the
you?
unique part of the service, that all we ask from you is a little bit of time. You give us a bit of time, listen to what we tell you with our, because we've got, you know, agents based in the building who will tell you what to put in the box, how to put it in,
Yes.
what stuff to put. We help you all the way through the process. Once you've got all the items in the box, you send it in to us. If you then decide, oh, well, that's a bit sentimental, I maybe don't want to sell that. If you decide you don't want to take the offer, we post it back to you free of charge. And that's it, it's as simple as that. So it's
like
a bit
you
of
say,
time.
no risk whatsoever.
no risk
and you
at all.
could be making money out of things that are just sat in your home.
I have to tell you, you'll hear from somebody else in a minute. It's not just about the money. It's about the space. It's
it's so
about
true.
so much more than money is.
We were
It's
talking
so much more.
Well, it's that decluttering. It's freeing
It's
up
spring
some
cleaning
space.
time, isn't it?
That
I think
big
it's spring cleaning all year round, isn't it? But when you do declutter, and I'm the rubbish at putting things out, but the thing is, you're not throwing things out. You're actually rehoming, repurposing them.
That's a good point,
You're not
yeah.
throwing things out. So you're actually giving them a purpose in life rather than sitting in the box upstairs. It's such a nice feeling when the house is a bit calmer.
And like Hayley just said, Anthony, repurposing, nothing goes to waste. With
No
you
landfill,
guys, does it?
nothing whatsoever.
That's
Every single item
fabulous.
goes back into circular. So the circular economy, everything's moving around, it's going back in. We repurpose, rehome. It's very green. And when the business was set up, none of these things were even thought about. These all come afterwards, and you realise just how big the service is, and that's why it gets used, because the unique parts of the service now for people are that there's nothing going in landfill.
Yep.
You know, people get to use the items again. You don't have to go out and buy new all of the time. There's so many things that you can go and buy now that are used and get some use out of, and we make sure that everything goes back in
Brilliant.
again.
And it's 3 easy steps
Yeah,
if you want to
really
take
is.
part with Vintage Cash Cow. VintageCashCow.co.uk. You can see you box it up. All you've got to provide is the box. Carefully pack your unwanted valuables into that box. You send it off. It's free, it's safe, and it's insured. And then you sell it. You get that fair, no obligation offer in less than 7 days. But it's a 24-hour offer to get that extra 20% value added to your box.
And don't forget, do it right now, because that 20% is a time-limited offer. You need to do it right now, either via the phones or via the website. The website is brilliant because you can then fill in the form yourself. You can see exactly what you can send and what you can't send, and you can click onto each item and have a little look at the cameras and things.
Shows
But do
you one of the
remember,
experts.
absolutely, don't forget the code SHOP20 to get the extra 20% of value. I mean, there's such a collection. You could have broken watches, and that's the truth, isn't it? Our watches don't have to be working.
No, and you can send all the ones that you put on the top of the TV with Yori Geller years ago that didn't work. all of them kind of things. So, look, we buy probably 1 million watches a year now.
Wow.
Now, they're not all expensive. Some of them need a battery, some of them need a winder putting on, some of them might just be used for parts to make another watch work again. So it doesn't matter the condition. It's not about condition.
And I know this sounds crazy, but we were very excited about this because I keep all boxes. You actually take watch boxes and things, don't
Empty
you?
boxes, yeah.
Empty
Yes,
boxes.
we'll buy anything. Anything that can be reused again, that we can repurpose, rehome. Something, we might have the watch, you might have the box.
Great.
We have the other way around.
gosh,
We can
yes.
take it, we can put the two together. You're marrying things up all the time. And it's just a very, very good way, sound way to go declutter, get everything done all in one go. And just make some space and get rooms back. People,
Yeah.
you'll hear from somebody in a little while who'll tell you that it's just amazing what this brings to people's lives.
It is.
So yes, it's money, but it's the simplicity, ease of the service, and it's also the get to feel good about doing it.
Now, the
so
other way
true.
to get in touch, don't forget, is the QR code there on screen. If you scan that with your phone, if you've got WhatsApp,
That's
it takes you
clever.
straight through and it'll message you straight away. So it's a great way to use the QR code. But website, phone number.
The guys are on the phones
Yeah.
till 3 a.m. and they're fantastic. So jump onto the phones. All you're doing is you're just signing up for your free pack. It's all free. Free phone number, free website, free pack. You get a free label, which is amazing. All you need to do is provide the box, put everything into that box. It's free to send. You can either take it to the post office or they'll actually come and collect it as well. And then you'll get a free quote. And if it's not the right quote for you, they'll even return it free. You've got nothing to lose.
It's brilliant. VintageCashCow.co.uk. The website's so user-friendly. It literally talks you through. You can look at Trustpilot reviews. It'll answer all your questions. It'll advise you on what to send and what not to send. To be honest, it's what to send is the section you want to look at, because you'll have all these items at home just sitting around.
The easiest
taking up
thing
space.
really is the breakable things you don't send, but on the website and on your pack actually you get a really good idea, but the guys on the phones can help you as well. But you will be blown away. If in doubt, just put it into that box, because what you think may be something you could just throw out may actually bring you some extra cash for your pocket.
I first found out about Vintage Cash Cow when a friend of mine used it. She said it was a real gem. I sent old gold jewellery, cameras, watches. I just put everything in one box. That just made life so much easier, so I went for it. Sorry, I didn't look at you there. I was happy with the offer I got. I've got plenty more to send as well. In a heartbeat, I would recommend Vintage Cash Cow.
Thanks, Wendy. Get your free postage labels at vintagecashcow.co.uk.
It's fabulous, isn't it? You box these items up and it's so easy, but even better today because you're getting an extra 20% value on your box.
Exclusive, but only for 24 hours. That's why we would say sign up straight away. You must use the code SHOP20 and it'll get you an extra 20% on the value of your box, no matter what the value is.
Absolutely. Now, you can jump on the phones. The guys are there till 3 and then they'll be back from 9 until 6 tomorrow. However, it's so quick and easy on the website. Of course, you go to vintagecashcow.co.uk and then you go through for your free pack.
Yeah, just click that little green tab. It talks you through everything. It's literally just name and address and email address you can see there. Everything is free. That's the great thing. You pack it, your phone number's free, the website's free.
Whether you're ringing, whether you're on the website, it's free of charge. You get the free pack delivered to your door. You then get, all you have to provide is the box, actually. You put the free labels onto the box. You've got free postage, or they'll even come and collect it, which is amazing. And then they'll give you a free valuation of your box and add on 20%. And if you decide that's not right, then the great thing is they'll even send it back free of charge. However, I think you will just be thrilled with the price they give you.
And the kinds of things you can put in a box. So what we're going to do now, we're going to meet Anthony again and we're going to talk through...
We haven't had enough of you yet, Anthony.
No,
we thought we'll bring him in again.
I'm having a great time. I've got to tell
We
you.
haven't let him go yet.
It's the free drinks that I like.
We love this bit because this is like a box that will be delivered to you,
This is how it
and
comes.
you've got no idea what's inside.
Not a clue. You just have no idea what's in it. So the box will arrive like this. And I think when you saw earlier, we showed you the facility. It comes in, the box gets opened, and then we put it all together in a box so that the appraiser can have a look at it.
And you will see that through the show.
We'll see it.
Yeah.
But what's really, really good, I know what's in here. It's no surprise.
sneaky peek.
I've had a sneak. So this is a genuine box that has come into us.
Right.
One that we've brought with us today. And then you open up here, and this is atypical of every single box. The great thing is, and for all the people at work at the Vintage Cash Cow, everybody's desperate to get to the next box.
I bet.
You just don't know what you're going to see.
Yeah.
And like everybody opens them and everybody's got a different interest. Everybody likes something different. Like Joanna, she's a pen and silver specialist.
Yes.
She'd open that and she'd go, oh,
Straight to the-
silver. And she'd be looking for a hallmark. And then there happens to be a pen in it. She'd be getting the pen and she'd look at this here and she'd be opening all this up. And then you may have a toy expert that, like, these are old Sabutio games. You might have a toy expert that starts looking at this, and then what happens is everybody wants to get into a box and open it. So this here's got some toys in it. It's got, like I said, some Sabutio games in it. It's got, I bet you don't know what this is.
Oh,
Dominoes.
No.
no. Oh, what was it called? Can you
Come on,
see?
everyone at home.
It's where you put. Is it a cribbage?
Well done. It's a crib board. That's what it is. I wouldn't have known. No, it is.
I knew it was a thing of some sort, but I couldn't remember.
But I think you could be right. They might use them for dominoes as well.
Dominoes games.
So that's yeah. So
How great
that's
is
in
that?
there. There's another little pen in here. Have a look at this here. And then we've got a group of medals. These are a
Oh,
nice
wow,
set of,
look at those.
Second World War medals. And then
That's fantastic.
we've got some
And
beads.
so you'll accept
Sorry.
medals like this?
Oh, we take lots and lots of all different single medals, groups of medals. You can have a medal where the bar, you see here, if you just have a look at this one here. That bar at the top can get broken on some of them, and they don't sit.
Oh,
so
right.
You can have a
can you see
damaged one
that?
as well.
So this little bar here can get broken, but still the medal will be worth something.
And the medal's worth something. But what used to happen, First World War especially, a lot of the medals from the First World War, somebody who owned them, they didn't like anybody to know they'd got a medal. They didn't like people to know they'd been in the war. And they'd actually hide them, or they'd give them to somebody in a pub for a drink. Crazy
Bless.
stories. They have so much history, and there are so many stories around medals.
And do you discover the history to them? So if someone sends you this, you'll be able to tell them?
Not necessarily with Second World War. First World War ones you can, because they're all named on the edges.
Ah, right.
So you can find out who they were, what they did, what infantry. But with Second World War medals, unless they've got a gallantry medal, they're not named, or they don't have anything on. They're just standard war medals. But the last time we came, and we had Mark here.
Yes.
He's a medal crazy
he had
guy.
such a passion, didn't he?
But it's not only that, he'll then go and sit on the computer, and where he's got the information,
Do the research.
he'll find out what the person did, which
Yeah.
battle. They ran across a field and they were taking enemy fire, and all these things, and he finds out everything.
Fabulous.
And that's the bit that's
And that's the point of difference with you. You have experts in every single
each
field,
different.
So everything we've got out so far, we'd have silver expert.
That
which
that
obviously-
is silver. That
so
would be Joanna.
Joanne, she'd be looking at
and
that.
And she's also a pen. She doesn't know
and
about
we've got
pens.
quite a collection of different pens.
And we'll see Joanna later on in the show.
You will see it. And then what happened, I was getting an awful lot of love letters at one time at work, and it turned out it was Joanna testing the pens out. It's not. No, but she does great calligraphy as well.
Oh,
She's
fabulous.
fantastic. The stuff she can do is
And value-wise,
amazing.
Value-wise, that's in the box. So would that be worth more because it's boxed?
Correct. That's in a box. It's definitely going to be
But
worth
still,
more.
if they're not in a box, it's still worth sending
Yeah,
them.
because they'll go together with maybe some others and put in a group, and then they can be resold.
Fabulous.
So and that's how they get the next life, not
Great.
necessarily on its own, but in a group of things.
And then we were quite surprised at these. We haven't emptied the box fully yet, but I'm just having a little nosy. These, because you were saying, I've got loads of these.
Yeah.
Now, they're not particularly valuable. They're from like the 80s,
That's
90s.
right, yeah.
So if you'd had them 10 years earlier,
Right.
dinky corgi from the 60s and the early 70s, they can be worth quite a bit of money. These are okay, but they're just not worth a huge amount. But if you want to do something with them, get them in the box.
But they're worth something.
They're worth something.
Yeah.
So never doubt yourself, pop them
Ever.
in. They may be the really valuable ones, but the fact is they will be worth
The
something.
thing is,
definitely.
you might be thinking about just giving them away, but if they've got a bit of value,
Get them, if you've got a bit of value or you've got nobody to give them, we always say the first part of call should be, if you've got some stuff, if you want to give it to somebody, if it's a gift or you want to do something with it, that's always nice to do. But we hear a lot of horror stories about where people have said to us, pardon me, they've had a lot of products and they've decided they maybe want to give them to charity or go to a car boot. And what can happen in a lot of cases, they can give them to a charity or something like that, and then they don't know what's actually happened with them. And they go to a car boot sale, they put them all out, they don't know what to ask for
No,
it. So
that's it. You could be giving something away that's
give
really
me a fiver,
worth something.
and they don't know, it might be worth 50.
Yeah.
They don't
You
know
hear
what
that story sometimes,
All
don't you?
the
Someone will
time.
go into a charity shop and they'll find something they've got on the actual, counter for £1 and it's worth a fortune.
It happens all the time. So you've got to, the better off, if you want to give it, send your box, let's at least know what it is.
Know what
Give
it's
the money
worth.
to charity.
yes.
That's a really great idea. Now, what's this that we're looking at here?
That's a Sabutio. You should know what that is.
Of course I
It's a
do.
football game for boys.
Sean loves his football.
So this is Sabutio. This is a game of the late 60s and 70s. There's a lot of it about, and people collect it now.
Great.
And that'd be worth something?
It'll be worth something, definitely.
Fabulous. What else have you got in your box?
Everything.
More in
I've
the box.
also, and then somebody sent in here, we've separated out the valuable stuff, but this is costume jewellery like beads and bangles. This will all resell, small cameo. Everybody's got them. This is a set. There's a pair of earrings here.
Oh, wow.
Look at them. That dress jewellery.
Because you wouldn't think that costume jewellery would be worth sending in. You might just put that in the bin, but you must send it.
You must send it. This here's like bits of mother of pearl that can be used for repairing things.
Oh, wow. Look at those, just those little bits.
So those little
Look at
bits,
that.
we can buy them and they can be used for repairing something.
See, again, you'd probably throw that in the bin. Don't.
Why wouldn't you? You do, because there's nothing
It's
to
broken,
do with it. So it's
but
broken.
they don't mind if it's broken.
And then this is a cowbell, so I think it might have had something on it. Little brass ornament. There's some gold-plated bangles there. But where the actual money in this, and this is quite a valuable box because I've just spotted what's in here.
Let's move that out your way.
Should we move it?
Yes, let's.
So somebody's sent this in. It's been in the middle of here, and then it's been separated out because this has got a high value. So in here, whether they've known or they haven't known, somebody's put an old wristwatch that's made of gold. So that's a gold watch. Let's have a little look here. Oh, and it's working as well, so it's okay. There's another cameo here, but this happens to have a gold frame around it, whereas the one I showed you before, this doesn't have any gold on it. This is gold plated.
Oh, again, so we wouldn't know, would we? You wouldn't know which was the one that was most value.
You couldn't have any idea.
My
the great
word.
thing. Because you've got experts that you work with, you'll get
amazing.
that proper value.
Oh, well, not only that, in a minute, Joanna's going to show you a machine that we use that costs a lot of money that we put on all this product, and it is the ring missing? I think you best get the wallet out. So, seriously, and we have a machine, very expensive machinery, but we can actually put them to all these pieces and it tells us immediately the content. Gold, silver, metal, copper. Tells you the whole metal
That's
content.
coming up a little bit later in the show, so stay tuned. Definitely stay tuned.
It's really good.
Wow, this is amazing.
No, but these are they're not diamonds, by the way.
Not diamonds, but is this good?
Yeah, very good. But
that is the thing, we just don't know. Take a look on our website as to what you can send in. And the great thing is, you then know what's good and what's bad. And the great thing is, it doesn't matter. If you've got any sort of coins, send them all in. There may be a really valuable one. Remember, you do go to vintagecashcow.co.uk, and on that website, you can click onto gold, click onto coins, and see what you can find.
Through everything that you can send through. This is why it's so important. It's also a guide that you'll receive when you send for that free pack. And when you get that guide again, it talks you through everything you need to know. It's really simple. It's really straightforward. Box it, send it, and sell it. All you've got to supply is the box.
I think Anthony's just run off with the gold coins. I'm going to find him because I'm sure this box was mine. So many very happy customers, and my goodness, Lorraine was so chuffed when she discovered what was in her box. And that's a great thing, get your boxes sent in, because you'll all probably have something that you didn't realise that was valuable and actually is.
Make sure you use that code SHOP20 and you'll get an extra 20% on the value of your box.
I decided to use Vintage Cash Cow because I am in the process of moving house, and I had lots of bits and bobs about the house, and I thought, I didn't want to just throw them away. I couldn't be bothered to try and sell things on eBay, so I saw the advert for Vintage Cash Cow and thought, why not? So I sent off for the label, which came within 48 hours. Packed my own box together and just put all sorts of things in, like costume jewellery, bits of silver, a couple of old pens in boxes, I think a pipe, just all sorts of things that I thought were useless to me. And the service was fantastic and the money was in my account. I got £100 within 48 hours of me sending the details. So well done, Cash Cow.
Vintage Cash Cow is incredible, isn't it? And it's so simple. All you need to do, we've all got clutter. We've all got stuff that really we'd like to get rid of, but you don't want to give it away, don't want to throw it away.
Well, everything's got value, hasn't it? Especially when it comes to Vintage Cash Cow. There are so many different things that you can send in your box. And the fact that celebrating almost the millionth customer, you're going to get that extra 20% on the value of your box.
You could be the millionth customer, but you don't have to be the millionth one. You will, if you're ordering your pack right now, you will get that extra 20%. There's 3 very easy steps. So you box it.
Yeah,
And
all you
that's-
need to provide is the box, isn't it?
Absolutely. You put it into a box and put a bit of, I put some newspaper or bubble wrap and put all your items, and you can check on the website what you can and you can't. But if you're in doubt, pop it in, and then pop your free label on, and then you can send it. Now you can either go down to the post office and post it, but if that's a bit difficult for you, they'll even come and collect it from you.
You can arrange collection. That's
free of charge. This is all free. So you got the free labels, free delivery, and then you can sell it if you wish, because in 7 days they'll give you an idea of they'll give you the value of your box plus 20%.
That's brilliant.
That's
as long as you use the
special.
code, remember, shop20 gets you that extra.
And as long as you get
20%.
your pack right now, because it's only for 24 hours. And then if you decide you don't want to sell it, perhaps you decide, oh no, I'd rather keep it, or perhaps you'll think this wasn't what I thought it'd be. I think you'll think, wow, I wasn't expecting that. That's what we were like. But they'll even send it back for free. So you've got absolutely nothing to lose at all. And this is what you're sending for. So when you go onto the phones or onto the website, or even if you click onto the QR code that takes you through to WhatsApp, it's your little welcome pack.
It is, and it gives you a guide to talk you through everything. It'll talk you through all the tips to get the best value out of your box and what to put in there. But everything's included in that little pack. It's your postage labels and your selling guide.
So there's your postage labels. You can ask for more labels as well if you like. And then in the actual booklet, you've got loads of ideas as to what to put into your box. It helps you. Don't forget, if you're ever in doubt, you can actually just ring and ask, can I put this in? Would you take this? And weight-wise, you can put a box up to 30 kilograms.
Yeah, and if you have more than that weight, you can get more labels, and you're still going to get that extra 20% on the value of your box or boxes. What a celebration. Remember, they've paid out almost £50 million since starting the company, and this is just a guide of some of the ideas of what to put in that box. Fill that box up even if you're not sure of items.
Because you don't know what's valuable at all. So we could look at something and think it wasn't worth a penny, could be worth a fortune. You hear that, don't you? Yeah. And the thing you thought was going to be worth something actually wasn't worth so much. You put it all in that box. Don't doubt yourself. Just pop it all in, because they know at Vintage Cash Cow they've got expertise in everything.
Now, joining us on the show is a lovely friend of ours now. Not only is she a declutterer and professional organiser, she works alongside Vintage Cash Cow. Vicky's with us once again.
How are you?
We love spending time with you because you tell us some great stories. Tell everybody your background when it comes to Vintage Cash Cow first.
Yeah, so I started my business as a professional organiser 15 years ago now. I can't believe it, 15 years ago. And I think I saw a leaflet, something like that, and they were very new, and I gave them a call and saw what it was all about and thought, this is the perfect tie together.
So
This is great.
you used the Vintage Cash Cow service yourself, didn't
I used it myself.
Because what you were doing,
yeah.
decluttering people's homes,
Yeah.
were you in a situation where you were thinking, what do I do with it? How can... Well, I don't want to throw this stuff out. They don't want to throw it out.
Yeah.
But what can I do with it?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I was a declutterer and an organiser, but what I wasn't was an expert in any of these amazing things that we'd come across.
That might be valuable.
Yeah, where do I send these? And I wanted an answer. I wanted an answer that wasn't complicated. So rather than a client, saying, well, we've got to take the gold here and the toys there and this here and that there. No one's going to do that. It's too much time.
Yeah.
We wanted an answer where you could do it all in one go, make it easy.
And you saw that with
was
that
it.
Vintage Cash Cow leaflet and thought, hang on a minute, let's try it.
Yeah, phoned up for a chat.
And you tried it, and you tried it personally.
I did.
And made money, which is so exciting.
Yeah.
So now you tell people to do exactly that, because if someone is sort of decluttering,
Yeah.
it's so nice if they're getting money to do something nice with that money that they've got for those items, isn't it?
It is, and I always encourage people, to have some kind of nice experience when they get the money. Go out for dinner or go somewhere you wouldn't go, or obviously depending on how much they get back. But you can really put money towards things, nice things, creating memories.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
You can buy more stuff if you want, but I think it's all about having a really nice experience you wouldn't necessarily have done before.
And you go into people's homes and help them with decluttering, don't you? We've got a couple of examples of things that Vicky might come across when she's doing that.
Well, you tell us. We've got a table full, and what sort of items do you come across quite often?
Well, yeah, I thought I would pick a few things out just to sort of show, we often sort of open a drawer or, unwrap a box that's been in a loft or an
That's
attic.
so true. We've all got those boxes, haven't we? Which
Yeah.
we haven't opened for years, probably.
Totally. You don't want it out. You you don't necessarily have anywhere to put it, so
You don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do with it because there wasn't anywhere really to take it.
It's perhaps when you
or
moved
send
last
it.
time, you put it all in that box.
Probably in
didn't
the
bother
same
emptying.
moving box,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So it's all about like what can we do with those things, and things we find frequently. Lots of silverware. You know, people don't necessarily want it on their shelves anymore. They don't necessarily use it as ornaments. Their taste might change, but what do they do with it? It ends up in a box. Things like you may have inherited old items. Cameras, these small cameras. I mean, I had about 5 of them. I'd get the latest model, but then all of a sudden you didn't use them anymore.
Yeah, so true.
Now, you know, it's a great way
somewhere to send them.
to get some kind of money back. It's fantastic.
And this is quite a modern camera that you wouldn't think.
It's digital.
Yeah.
Who would have thought it? It's a digital camera. But again, we find the chargers, we find the cameras, we find all of it in drawers.
And we're not using it. You
No.
haven't used it probably for years and years.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so why not make some money out of it? We all use our mobile phones now,
Yeah.
don't we? So our cameras we don't use. So rather than just leave it and make some pennies from it, you could buy yourself a new mobile phone with a better camera if you like. Now this,
I know.
Mum's got one of these on the dressing table.
Yeah.
This is it. Everyone used to
They
have one,
had a
and there'd
set.
be a
Always.
tray and
Yes.
a little something with it. Yeah, but again, you know, usually ends up in a box or in the back of a cupboard. It's a bit sad. I find it a bit sad. But maybe there's someone out there. It will get reused, repurposed. Maybe there's someone out there who might want to.
Everything
search
is
for something.
rehomed and repurposed. Nothing's thrown away, which
Absolutely.
I love.
Yeah.
Because we don't like throwing things out, and this means we're not throwing things out. You're actually rehoming them.
Yeah.
That they still have a life. haven't
And
they?
that makes it completely different, the decision as to whether or not you keep something.
Yeah.
So the camera, you know, before Vintage Cash Cow, the camera, oh, I'll keep it, I spent money on it, let's put it back in the drawer where it was for another 10 years. No, there's somewhere to send it now. There's monetary value to it now. So actually, no, it's not going to stay there anymore. You've decluttered the drawer now. It's in the box, off it goes, and you get something.
It's now
back for
money
it.
in your bank.
Yes,
isn't it?
it's
Because
amazing.
When you actually get the value of your box, they will virtually put it straight into your account if you're happy with it, which is incredible. And there's so many different things that you won't think about putting in your box, so do always look on the website. We're trying to give you lots of ideas today because we've got some smoking pipes there and my pop smoked and you wouldn't think really, but they've got a value, haven't they?
They have a value, exactly. Again, something that's just going to sort of sit in a box somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe you keep one, but maybe you've got 5. Who
Yes.
knows? You know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, keeping a tiny momentum, something sentimental, but when it's in mass, it kind of can take the specialness away.
Yeah.
If you've got a lot of, you know, boxes and boxes full of sentimental items, you know, maybe you just decide to keep 1 or 2 special
That's
things
a
instead.
nice idea, that.
Yeah.
Because when you do declutter, when you have got lots of things and you just don't want to give them away, it bogs you down, doesn't it? When you declutter, there's you see it all the time, just a sort of a weight lifted. The house is clear, your head's clear.
Yeah, totally. You know, there's so many positive benefits to it. The productivity, your energy levels are boosted. You just enjoy your house more. You know, it's all very well going out and doing some yoga and feeling calm. If you walk back through the door to utter clutter and mess, it's instantly your shoulders are up again. So, yeah, we've got to feel it from our homes, be really comfortable and happy and calm in our homes.
And this is perfect. Well, I think any time is perfect time to declutter. We talk about spring cleaning. What do you call it?
Spring clearing.
Spring clearing.
It's different.
We like
It's
that.
different, yeah.
And things that are a bit unusual that I wouldn't have even thought. I've got this.
I've had one too. I remember, you know, the game's still in the back, and it's fantastic. You just wouldn't think. And again, we find a lot of old sort of console-y handhelds like this.
Yours is still in the box with all the different games and everything. Honestly, it's fantastic.
Time to get our next box organised.
Again, you wouldn't think, but yes, put that into the box. Grab it whilst you're thinking, yes, I'm going to have a real clear up, and even the games. Is that the
games as well? Yeah, they're from the consoles.
Oh wow. Honestly, if you think should I, shouldn't I, go on the website and just check out. There's so many things you can actually put into your box that you won't realise. Vintage Cash Cow, obviously they like the older things, but there's lots of moderner things you can pop in as well.
Much newer things that you wouldn't think of. And when you scroll through, it tells you exactly the items that Vintage Cash Cow buys.
Great, isn't it? It's jewellery, gold, silver, diamonds, costume.
I love when you click on each section as well. It guides you through. It shows you the expert. The great thing is when you send your stuff off to Vintage Cash Cow, there's an expert in every field.
Every
isn't there?
field. So much knowledge there to make sure you get that right value. And my goodness, once you've used Vintage Cash Cow once, I know you'll use them time and time again. But remember, it's all about happy customers. You could be a happy customer with an extra 20%. So get your labels now and see this.
Following a recent advert I saw for Vintage Cash Cow, I decided to put together my late mother's jewellery and rings, etc. I contacted Vintage Cash Cow and they emailed me immediately and I had a chat with them. I then received some labels to attach to a box which I filled with costume jewellery, rings, an old camera, watches, etc. I then parcelled it up, took it to the post office, and Vintage Cash Cow confirmed receipt of it the very next day. They then called me the day after that to give me an offer of £465, which I gladly accepted. I gave my daughter some to help with Christmas and also to help myself. This service is excellent, quick, friendly, efficient. I would recommend to everyone to give it a go. Thank you.
So remember, all your details are on the screen. You are getting a 20% extra value to your box value. So whatever you're sending in, you're going to get an extra 20% added on top, which is fantastic and so easy to get in contact.
Yeah, you can either use the phone or you can go to the website, vintagecashcow.co.uk, or you can go to the little screen that you see here, scan that with your phone, the QR code, and it'll take you through to WhatsApp if you've got WhatsApp already. And we've also got someone with us, haven't we?
Yes, we're going to talk about high value items because you might put something into your box that you didn't realise was worth so much. And we have got a lovely guest to tell us all about it.
Yeah, one of the experts from Vintage Cash Cow. David joins us. Lovely to see you again, David.
Tell us a little bit about your background, David. I think some people will recognise your face, but you've been in the antiques for years.
A long time. Over 50 years.
Fabulous.
Brilliant.
Yes.
And you love it.
I do. You have to love it.
You started with sort of furniture. I
did.
But now you're very much into what sort of items? Silver?
Silver and jewellery and small expensive items I like to buy.
Oh, we like you.
I like to look at.
We like the small expensive items. And we've got a few on the table which you might not realise when you're putting them into your box are worth a lot. And we were talking about watches earlier, and we were saying, you know, you can send in watches even if they're broken. This particular piece, which a lot of people might actually have at home, you said this has got quite a value.
It has indeed. This is a gold watch, a lady's watch from pre-war, 1920s, 30s, somewhere around about that period, but not a popular watch to wear these days, you know, and young people wouldn't want a watch like that, but it's got a great gold value in it. You know, the strap's gold on this, and the body of the watch is gold.
So what's the ballpark figure on something
Well, it
like
could be
this?
anything from £40–50 upwards, depending on the quality of the caratage of gold.
Right,
of course.
Right.
That particular one there's 9 carat, but they make them in 18 carat as well. The odd person would wear that, but not so many.
Not so
Younger
on trend
people
at the
think
moment.
And I bet you perhaps grandma had a watch like that, and you thought, I've kept it so long,
watch.
but not realising that it's got real value, and that's something that you could use perhaps to do something in memory of grandma, or buy yourself a watch that you will actually wear.
And when we talk about the box that you send in, obviously don't just put one item in. The more you put in the box, the better the value you'll get, and you'll get the extra 20%.
Well, obviously your value is going to go up, but your 20% is going to be more as well if there's more in your box, so put as much as you can in. Now, I found this, and again, when we say it doesn't have to be perfect, there's no chain to this, but that doesn't matter, does it?
That would have originally been on a gentleman's watch chain, you know.
Oh, would it have
These
been?
days, people put them onto a charm bracelet, you know, so they buy them on, hang them on a gold chain around the neck.
Yeah.
And it's called a swivel, and it's got a semi-precious stone in each side. One's a cornelian, and the other one's a bloodstone. Popular item.
And would that be gold as well?
Gold mounted, yes, around the edge, 9 carat generally.
Would that have a nice value?
It would not fantastic money, but 20, 30 pounds at least.
But all of these things
Condition,
add
of
up,
course.
don't they?
Yeah, it all.
If you
all
think
adds up,
about
doesn't
all
it?
the different items that you can put into your box, that value can grow and grow, and you'll get the extra 20%. Now,
with something like that, of course, that even if that was damaged, it's still got a value.
Still got a
gold
value.
in it.
That's the thing. I think some people think if it's damaged, or there's even in here, there's sort of the
They won't
backs
want
of
it.
earrings,
Yeah.
you know, like the butterfly bit.
That's right.
All those things, if they're gold, have still got great value. So do look at absolutely everything. When you find the larger items, you might think, oh, this will definitely have high value.
Now,
tell us about this, David.
Well, that's a fantastic piece of Georgian silver, originally Georgian, but in the Victorian period, people liked things a bit more flashy, so that would have been this decoration.
So they'd added
Ripusi
this.
would have been done by a silversmith later. In actual fact, killed the value of the
that
Georgian.
devalued it.
Really? They've devalued it by putting that
have.
extra on.
Yeah.
And did you say as well it would have been a tanker first
Well,
of all?
sometimes they could be converted as well from a tanker to a
Right.
jug. But on that occasion, I think that is original, that one.
That's an original.
But the decoration has been done later. And to a purist, a real collector of silver,
So would
wouldn't
that
like
still have
Oh, it's
high
still
value?
got a good value, of course.
Yeah,
There's a
'cause
tremendous
it's
lot of
silver.
silver in it. It's very heavy.
And again,
isn't it?
you might not know. You might look at that and think, is it silver or is it
Yeah.
not? I
Well,
don't
you
know.
don't know.
Especially if it hasn't been polished, because it'll go black eventually.
That's so true.
Yeah, and you think it's not, it's just silver plate.
That's why it's great to get experts
Of course.
advice like
Right.
your.
And it's great to put everything into your box because you just don't know. Perhaps you've got something that looks similar to that, but it is really black and tarnished.
That's right.
Could be worth an absolute fortune.
Now, there's also a couple of pens down here. Some of these real designer pens, aren't they?
Well, they're very expensive to buy new
yeah.
ones, you know.
So designer pens, aren't
Exactly,
they?
that's a Mont Blanc, that one, but you get the Schaefer, you get there's so many makes, and very collectible though.
And like,
Fountain pens.
I mean, lots of people were gifted these on retirement and things.
Exactly, yeah.
And of course, we don't use them now, do we?
use them. We don't write the check out now,
probably
do we?
got them in drawers. Whereas you've again got something that has got a nice value to it. Now these are all unboxed, which is fine. They've still got value. But is it better if they're boxed?
Of course. Anything boxed, like your lighter here, Dunhill lighter, was a bit more money because it's got the original box with it. I mean, a very expensive lighter in its day was that one.
We didn't realise. Tell us the price of that in the day.
Well, I was a big smoker many, many years ago. I stopped 30 odd years ago. I had 3 of these, and they were about 200 and something pounds in those days.
Wow. And what sort of value would that be?
Today, not so many people smoke, and they buy a throwaway lighter nowadays.
Right,
don't they?
that's true.
But because people collect these good quality, I mean, super quality.
So what sort of price would you say perhaps for that in the
could
box?
be 30, 40 pounds.
Fabulous.
Maybe a bit more for the
And
box.
because you've got the box, it
Yeah.
might be a little bit more.
And then-
Condition, that one's particularly nice, isn't it?
Yeah. it's-
This is like a mixture of
Well-
lots of different bits and pieces.
If you sent that lot into us, you'd have a very pleasant surprise. 'Cause the amount
Really?
of gold, you know, some of this is 18 carats, some of it's 9, and I think some's 14. I mean,
Wow,
gold
so it's quite a
watch there.
mixture.
Doesn't have to be working, it doesn't have to be in good condition, but it's gold. So any gold
So
pieces,
could
odd
that
earrings,
be hundreds of pounds worth?
hundreds of pounds worth, yes.
Great.
Odd earrings,
And you just don't
odd
know.
cufflinks.
You probably
all
recognise a
things.
necklace like that.
That's right.
That's the
Broken
value,
necklaces.
the value of the metal, isn't it?
It is
David?
indeed.
And it doesn't matter if they're knotted or broken.
Well, these are
You'd
quite
have
a
a
little
very
bit.
pleasant surprise if that
Lovely.
lot was put in a box.
How great is that? And that phone call would be wonderful, wouldn't it? When
Absolutely.
they ring up to give you the value of your
Yeah.
box, and you just didn't realise that those gold items were gold or actually worth so much. So easy to get your box sorted and done. Make sure you send for those free labels, all your details on the screen to do that. Use the code SHOP20. You can go on to the website, you can use the phones, or you can use the QR code and you'll get those free labels whichever which way round you do it. And then you can box it, send it and sell it.
Yeah, most definitely. What we would say, if you're sending in pieces of jewellery like we just showed you, the value in the gold is there, but we would definitely boost the box and fill that box up. Remember, you can send up to 30 kilos in one box.
Or more than one box, because
Yeah.
the great thing is that the more you send, that 20%, it goes up in a way, doesn't
Of
it?
course
Because
it
obviously if you sent more and there's a bigger value, that 20% is more. But everything is free. The phone number's free, the website's free, the QR code's free, the delivery's free. Even delivering it back to you if you change your mind is free, which is amazing.
It's brilliant, and so many people have gone through this service and absolutely loved it. Approaching 1 million customers.
That's why we've got the extra special deal.
Yes, that's why we have. You must use the code SHOP20. Let's look at some of the reviews reviews, actually. Deborah says this: great service from Vintage Cash Cow. Decluttered my loft and sent a variety of items. Offered me more than I expected, so I'm really thrilled. Gerald phoned me and he was extremely helpful and friendly, explaining how they valued the items I sent. Very professional service, and definitely recommend this company. On Trustpilot, there's over 20,000 reviews. Over 16,000 of them are 5-star reviews. Everybody pretty much loves the service that Vintage Cash Cow offer. So remember the website address, vintagecashcow.co.uk, or you can call free. The team are in the call centre right now, 0800 246 5508, or you can scan the QR code that you can see on your screen right now.
So many 5-star reviews. You could be writing one of those, but you do need to sign up for your free pack. And of course, you're getting that extra 20% on the value of your box if you do it right now.
For 24 hours only. That's why we would advise you to do it right now. Use the code SHOP20. You get an extra 20% on the value of your box, whatever the value is.
So if it's £100, you'll get 120. If it's £500, you'll get an extra £100. And honestly, it's as simple as this. All you need to do is send for your free pack. It's a free phone number. It's a free website. You then just provide the box. Pop everything in your box that you want valued, and you can go onto the website and check all of that out. Pop your label on. Then you send it, or they will actually collect it from you if your parcel's too big for you to get down to the post office, and then you can sell it if you're happy with the price.
Yeah, that's another great point, because if you're not happy, you can also return it, and that'll be free. They'll take it back to you, yeah.
And somebody that might be looking in your box, we've got in the studio right now.
Our new friend, Joanna, joins us, and now Joanna, it's lovely to have you with us. We remember we were just talking about doing that first show with you. Tell everybody at home what you do with Vintage Cash Cow.
So I've been with Vintage Cash Cow for about 8 years now.
Great.
And I look at all the silver that comes in.
Okay.
So I love silverware, and I look at it all and I see what's nice and see what we can sell on.
And the values.
That they can give to the customer, and we really do like to give a customer a fair price.
Yeah.
Like, that's really important to us. So we do spend our time and do our research.
Brilliant.
But yeah.
The thing I love is how you started, because you came to Vintage Cash Cow. Really, you had no knowledge back then of antiques, and now it's in your blood, isn't it?
Yeah.
You love it.
So I started when I was really young. Well, a lot younger than
still young.
Started when I was really young, and I just learned from the people around me.
That's,
so like Anthony, David, and a few of the other experts there.
You got the bug.
Yeah, and I got the bug, and now I can't really imagine my life without it.
Yeah.
I think that's so
great.
nice.
Yeah.
And I wonder what it was that took you to silver.
Yeah.
Why was that, do you think? Was it just something that really caught your eye, or...?
Yeah, I just really like the different varieties of silver. Like, you've got your candlesticks, photo frames, but then you also got your like little trinket bits as well, which is really nice.
And there's so many things that people will have at home.
Yeah, definitely.
That they might not think it's worth anything.
They might not even think it's silver.
Yeah,
like
that's
true. Yeah, a lot of it, people think it's silver plate.
Yes.
But it's not. It's
what a
silver.
surprise.
And it's still worth something if it's silver plate.
It is,
so send it in, because you could be very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I bet you get so many people that are just so thrilled when you ring them and say, oh my goodness, that was a silver clock, or that was a silver item, and it's worth so much. That must be so satisfying.
It is nice, and I do like valuing things, and people are happy with the value.
Yeah,
that's lovely.
Which is fabulous.
And do you still open the boxes? Because for me, that must be so exciting. That first open of the box.
I don't do it as much as I used to anymore.
Because you're more specialised.
I'm more specialised now. But yeah, every now and then I'll open.
Give them a hand when it's really busy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will you talk us through how it actually works? So we've packed our box up, we've done it all for free, put our free label in, put all our goodies in, and we send it off to the warehouse, don't we?
Yes. So it'll get delivered at our warehouse.
There we go.
And then it'll get appraised by one of our appraisals team. Oh, is that Haley?
Bless you, recognise it.
Yeah, logistics. And then this is logistics now, moving it, waiting for it to be appraised. And then what we actually do now is we actually put it into a smaller, like, plastic box, just because the size we've grown, we can't keep all the cardboard boxes anymore.
Okie dokes.
We have to put it on like new racking. So that's what they're
bless
doing
you.
Here.
Right.
Put customer label on.
And then
Oh,
those
that's
labels.
great.
Yeah.
All your stuff is in that box with your label on. Love it. Great.
And then it'll go to a member of our appraisals team.
An appraisal, that means values.
Team, it'll get to someone who values it. And then, there you can see Archie, he's got some silver jewellery there. He's just sorting that out for us. And it'll get to someone who is basically skilled at, they know what they're doing.
So then it goes through to one of the experts in that field.
Like yourself with the silver, and then you can actually really put a value on it, and then of course all those values for the box will be added up.
Yeah, well, it all adds up.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it does all add up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So whatever you've popped into your box is going to give you value to your box, and then you will get an extra 20% as well at the minute. That's only a special for 24 hours. But that's the lovely thing. Someone like Joanna will be looking at your silver items, putting a value, and they want to give you a really, really good price. Now, you might be at home thinking, really, I can send it in if I don't know it's silver. But what if it's, have a look on the website, because it tells you what you can and you can't send.
Yeah, when you go to vintagecashcow.co.uk, that's very important that you go to the right website and then scroll down. There's Joanna on the website. Look at that little beret. Very stylish is Joanna. When you go down and you take a look at all the different sections, it'll advise you on what not to send, I should say.
What you can and what you can't send.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And if in doubt, you can ring the team and ask them. If in doubt, pop it into the box. Basically, if you go to what you can't send, it is like the breakable items and clothes and things like that. But you really do see on the and your pack as well gives you loads and loads of ideas.
It's really simple, really straightforward. It's such an easy process, and everything's free.
And it's so nice to meet the team, isn't it? Because they are all fabulous. I'd love to work at Vintage Cash Cow. Joanna, tell us about some of your exciting stories or your exciting finds, perhaps.
I like when something is really valuable.
Yes.
When you see something and you open the box and you don't know what's in there. Obviously, you don't know what's coming in.
Of course.
And we've had some really, I think we've had two now, like Namiki fish tank lighters, and they're absolutely beautiful. And they're like by Dunhill, and they're gorgeous, and they're just a lovely thing to have. And it looks like a fish tank when you look at it.
Oh God!
And it's just so nice, and you get excited, and then you can tell the customer you've got a nice item in. It's exciting as well. But it like feeds that like nice thing that we have that we want to see nice stuff.
It's a buzz.
Yeah, it's a buzz that you get.
And that's why you say put everything in, because people just don't realise you'll open that box and something amazing will pop out, which is really exciting.
We might put it in the box and think, I don't know if that's worth anything.
Well, earlier on, was it David saying sometimes you put something in a box and you think it's not worth something, and it is, but that actually the thing you put in the box that you thought was worth a fortune isn't, because we just don't know, do we?
Definitely. I think like you all have families have that something that they think's worth so much money. It's been passed down for years, and they're like, it's going to be worth
a fortune.
And it turns out usually that it's not. But some things like your silver, or you might have a few pieces of gold, costume even, or even cameras. You might put them in the box, even modern ones, and it might turn out that they're your most expensive.
And we talk about coins a lot of the time, don't we?
Coins definitely.
People can have a big collection of coins, and in the middle there might be a gold coin that's worth a fortune.
Well,
you just mentioned cameras as well. The variety of cameras, I think, will surprise people, like you say. More modern cameras.
Well, you'd imagine it just to be the really old cameras, but actually you've got a lot of much more up-to-date cameras, which are still worth something, which is great. And the lovely thing is you have got an expert on absolutely everything. So whether you send a watch in, you've got watch experts. Whether you send a camera in, you've got camera experts. If it's silver, it's Joanna. It's our silver expert. But remember, it's so easy to do this. All you need to do is send for your free pack, and you can do that via the phones or via the website.
This is really simple. It's really straightforward. You can see there's a little green banner there. Just click on that. It says get your free postage pack, but very important. You see where it says coupon code?
You must put your code in.
SHOP20 is your code.
And what does that mean?
It means you'll get an extra 20% on the value of your box.
I mean, that is fantastic. So if you send a box and put everything in, put as much as you can, boost your box as well with silver and gold and bits and pieces, but put everything in, you'll get 20% more than it's actually worth. So if they say it's worth £200, it'll be an extra £40 in your pocket for nothing. All for free.
So many reviews for you to look at on Trustpilot, but let's have a listen to what Jason has to say next.
So I've been clearing out the attic in my parents' house and came across loads of old costume jewellery, rings, cufflinks, jewellery boxes, plus some old sunglasses and candlestick holders. No one in the family was using them and they were just taking up space. I figured they had some value but had no idea where to start selling them, and that's when I came across Vintage Cash Cow. I ordered their pack, found a big enough cardboard box and used some old bubble wrap to pack everything up securely. They sent some postage stickers and I just stuck them on and dropped the box at the post office. About 3 days later, I got a call with an offer, £90, and I accepted. The money was in my bank around the same afternoon. Super quick, super simple, hassle-free, and now I'm putting the money away towards a weekend away with the kids.
So great to hear everybody's stories, because so many people with items they didn't want anymore have made money that's helping them to restore a house or go on holiday. If you have just joined us, it's really great to have your company. Of course, it's Vintage Cash Cow tonight. You're watching us on Shop on TV, but you get in touch with Vintage Cash Cow, which is allowing you to declutter perhaps, but make some money.
Maybe do that big spring clean that you've been putting off.
And we can spring clean all year round,
of
can't
course we can. It's very important that you get in touch directly with vintagecashcow.co.uk, and we've got an exclusive offer, as you can see here, 20% extra on the value of your box, but you must use the code SHOP20. So that means if your box that you send in is valued at £100, they'll give you 120.
If it's 200,
240.
If it's 300,
360.
And if it's 500, it's an extra £100. And honestly, you can send as much as you like. There's so many items. If you want extra labels because you want to do extra boxes, you can as well. But what you must do is get in touch right now. This special deal is only for 24 hours, and it's a special because they are approaching their millionth customer, which is really exciting.
Paid out almost £50 million to customers.
And you could actually have the money in your bank in 7 days, and this is how you do it.
It's as simple as this. 3 easy steps. You box it, carefully pack your unwanted valuables into a box, you send it, and it's free, it's safe, and it's insured, and then you sell it. You get your fair, no obligation offer in less than 7 days.
So everything's free. So it's free labels, it's a free phone call, it's a free website. So go onto our website if you like. You can click on the QR code if you want to as well. That'll take you through to WhatsApp. On the website, you'll see what you can and you can't send in, which is so amazing because you're going to be blown away with how many things you can send. It's not just gold and silver.
No, it guides you through everything you can send. This is why the website is so important. vintagecashcow.co.uk. That's how you get your free postage pack. Everything's free, isn't it?
Don't forget the code as well, SHOP20. That is very important to use that code. And obviously you want to get as much in your box as possible because you'll get 20% extra value on everything you send in. So boost your box with some goodies.
And this is a little guide how to boost your box with things like costume jewellery, things that you might think are worth nothing.
You might just throw those away actually, but no, put them into your box. Don't doubt yourself, just put it in because you don't know what's valuable.
It's very important to look through the guide because it'll guide you what you can put into that box. You can see it's all free. That's very, very important to point out. You've got nothing to lose but everything to gain. Everything's free. The pack's free, the phone number's free, the postage is free, the returns are free.
And the lovely thing is there's true professionals, about 250 years of antiques expertise, and they have experts in everything, whether that is gold or silver, or whether that is costume jewellery, or whether that is watches. Your watches don't even have to work. It might only have one hand. You can even send in an empty watch box.
And we'll meet some of those experts throughout the show, so do stay with us. It's all about making the most and decluttering and spring cleaning.
Such a good feeling, isn't it, to declutter? But remember, everything is absolutely free. So all you need to do is do it right now. It's only for 24 hours. Get that pack ordered and see if you'll feel like this.
I first found out about vintage cash cow when a friend of mine used it. She said it was a real gem. I sent old gold jewellery, cameras, watches. I just put everything in one box. That just made life so much easier, so I went for it. Sorry, I didn't look at you there. I was happy with the offer I got. I've got plenty more to send as well. In a heartbeat, I would recommend vintage cash cow.
Thanks, Wendy. Get your free postage labels at vintagecashcow.co.uk.
I love that, because we were like that. You do one box and then you think, I've still got loads of stuff.
Lots more to
when you
do.
actually get that valuation, you think, oh my goodness, I didn't realise it was worth anything like that. And of course, you're getting an extra 20% on the value of your box. How great is that? There's no reason not to actually get these labels.
Yeah.
Get your pack right now. Everything's free.
And that is an exclusive, remember. You must use the code SHOP20. You can see there, you can call 0800 246 5508. You can go to the website. For me, that's the easiest way, vintagecashcow.co.uk.
And use the code.
Yep, and we'll send those free postage labels, and the selling guide is really good as well to advise you what to put into your box, how to boost your box. There's even the QR code that you can see there on screen. If you want to zap that with your phone, it'll take you straight through to WhatsApp, and you'll get a message straight away to start the process.
So whatever you want to do, it's all free, nothing to lose at all. And we've got a lady here that started with Vintage Cash Cow. You saw her a little bit earlier on through your business, really. Vicky, great to have you with us.
Thank you.
I know we've spoken to you already, but tell us just a little bit about what you do and how you got involved with Vintage Cash Cow.
Yeah, it's just the perfect tie together, really. I'm a professional organiser, so I declutter and organise people's homes. So we are constantly getting rid of things, but we always need to find good places for them to go that suit our client. And that was kind of a gap until I'd heard about Vintage Cash Cow. I just thought, I'm going to pick up the phone and call them.
And didn't you use the service yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I picked up the phone, called them, I got my pack, and sadly my uncle had passed away. And I had a whole house full of stuff, and it was all on me. And I needed to know where I could send things.
Yeah.
Thought of Vintage Cash Cow. First thing I sent was a big drawer full of cutlery, and I thought, well, maybe this is silver, maybe it's not, I don't know. Sent it off as easy as they say. It wasn't silver, but I ended up getting £70 because it was silver plated.
How great is that?
Yeah.
What did you spend the money on?
We spent the money on, we went out for dinner, and thinking of my uncle.
How lovely.
Yeah, you sell things, well, for us, you know, we wanted to sell them and then do something that he'd have loved. And for him, he loved food, so
build a memory
went out for dinner.
from that.
Exactly.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
And for so many people, there's so many reasons to declutter. Like, obviously, you were decluttering your uncle's house, but I think lots of us at home, we just have so much stuff. We may have got it. My mum has got boxes from uncles, aunties, grandparents upstairs.
And we're seeing here just an example of some silver items. Could be silver plated. We don't know, do we? And that's the thing. We're not the experts, but Vintage Cash Cow. I remember you telling me about when you went there and all the different zones with all the.
You loved it, didn't you?
It is, because the alternative is right. We've got you know, the cutlery, we've got jewellery, we've got this. You know, people don't necessarily have time or the energy to phone up all these different people, to go into the shops.
And to try and sell it yourself is horrendous. If you're listing things, trying to think how much is it worth. We used to do car boots and things. They want to give you 20p, and you're like, I'm not having 20p. I've been stood here 3 hours.
And you don't know what you're selling.
No,
what am I selling something for £1 that's worth 50? I mean, we, like you said, we aren't the experts, but in this amazing place, there are these just zones of experts. So no matter what you put in the box, it goes to the right person, and they will give you the perfect valuation. So
and
you can't go wrong.
We talk about decluttering and organising.
Yes.
It's so important, isn't it? And everybody's got that room, that drawer, that cupboard, where they'll find such an array of items, like we're seeing on screen now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's the perfect time. It's spring cleaning. We like to call it spring clearing.
I like that.
Yes, I like
that. Clear out. So yeah, everybody has something within a cupboard or hidden away in a loft, like you say. And you know, we have to think about what's it actually doing up there? Is it making anyone happy?
Good point.
No. Is it making us money? No, but it could be. So yeah, I think we could all do with a little bit of, especially now, like I say, in spring, we could all do with a bit of a declutter and just see what we come across.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it's really calming, isn't it? I think a decluttered house is a calming house. You know, when it does look all spick and span and tidy, or perhaps you are downsizing, perhaps you've actually got to declutter because you know what you've got isn't going to fit into your new home. And it's great to have someone like Vicky to help you, but actually what you can do is go around your own house and find your bits and pieces, put them into a box and send them to Vintage Cash Cow, because they will sort out the value of absolutely everything. There's so much you can send in, but don't forget you do get an extra 20% if you order your labels right now.
And you use the code SHOP20. The easiest way to see everything is the website, vintagecashcow.co.uk. Scroll down, it tells you items to buy, and then if you click on those individual boxes, you meet one of the experts right there, and they'll talk you through and advise you.
We've heard some great stories as well about the medals. If you have got medals, you know, they really look back into the history of those medals, so you really discover what that medal was all about. Honestly, there's so many great reasons to get in touch with Vintage Cash Cow. They're absolutely brilliant people that just want to rehome, repurpose all of these items, which is lovely.
And now, Vicky, I remember you telling me when we first met you a bit of advice to start the process. Go out the house, and come back in with fresh eyes.
Absolutely. Come back in with fresh eyes, with that sort of purpose, right? And think, what am I doing this for? Am I doing this because I want clarity, space, a bit more head space, you know? But the benefits are just, you know, the list's a mile long, you know, the productivity, energy. It gives us more energy when our home's clear.
I think sometimes we've got so many things on our shelves, haven't we? And we have to clean them, or we put them back, and we clean them and put them back. And I know for me, that brass, you think, oh God, I can't bear cleaning it again. Get it into the box. We're looking at medals now. The variety of items, this is, like we keep saying, is the biggest thing with Vintage Cash Cow, isn't it?
The list is so long of what they do take.
And it's getting bigger and bigger, isn't it?
Bigger and bigger, you know, and like we've touched on silver, gold, but there's, you know, there's cameras.
Well, you must find loads of things in people's homes and think, well, where can it go? Vintage Cash Cow.
Exactly.
Cameras, I think, is great because it's so many different cameras we can set. They don't have to be old, do they?
No, absolutely not. I mean, the ones that sort of I used maybe, you know, 10, 15 years ago even, they're now becoming so desirable to sell. So you're going to make something.
Of types of cameras that we're seeing here, from the old to the much newer cameras.
The digital. Absolutely.
So you wouldn't think, would you? Oh, that would be too new. And you'd perhaps just throw that out. Honestly, you can send it to Vintage Cash Cow. It all has a purpose. It all has a value, which is absolutely fabulous. And whatever it may be jewellery, it may be costume jewellery, it may be watches, it may be coins and notes, which is crazy. Coins and notes that actually don't have any value anymore, really, because
they're not in
even
circulation
used
anymore.
You can send those in too. And Vicky, when you go into someone's house, obviously you've got no idea on the value of things.
No.
But it must be quite exciting if you get them to send a box into Vintage Cash Cow to discover what they've made.
Absolutely. So many clients have now tried it and they know I've tried it. They now try it, and they then feed back to me and all the bits, and you know, I'd get the messages, are you sure I can put this in? Well, I can put it in together, and I'm like, in one box. And it's so funny, I must end up saying, in one box, all in one box,
Live advice.
And they do, and then they give me feedback, and it's wonderful, because otherwise it would have been sitting there waiting to go to someone they're not quite sure
who
yet.
Maybe it would have just been thrown out.
Exactly.
And then there's a value to it as well, not only a monetary value, but like we say, that clearance, clear mind as well.
Absolutely, and a lot of my clients, they love the thought of, you know, it goes somewhere, they get some money, but then it goes somewhere else. It gets a different life, a new life.
Nothing is thrown away.
No, nothing is thrown away. Everything is sort of like, you know,
fixed or used or repurposed.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they even use things in like the theatre and things, don't they?
Exactly. I mean, that's fantastic, and that, you know, it helps you part with your things, because you're thinking it's either in a dark loft somewhere or the back of a cupboard doing nothing, or I can get some money for it and it's going somewhere. Somewhere good.
And the great thing is, all these people that you declutter for and they've sent in boxes, that money, I mean, what sort of things do they do with the money?
I always encourage, and a lot of them do, but you know, say they were left it by someone, a relative or something like that. What did that relative like? Okay, they like musicals. Okay, use that money, sell it, and maybe go to a musical.
Oh, that gave me goosebumps.
I know, it's lovely.
So
Yeah,
that's lovely.
but experience, I think for a lot of people, that's what they do.
That's priceless, isn't it? Experience.
Yeah.
Definitely, but I mean, they might even have something, you know, not so exciting that they need to get fixed, or they've been putting off doing or want to do, and that's where the money can go too. But yeah, experiences, I think, is a wonderful way to
make
to spend
memories.
Yes, absolutely. Rather than buying more stuff, but they can do that if they want to.
And I loved what you said with the money that you got. You all went out for a family meal.
Exactly, and it's like you say, it's a memory. It's a positive memory. You're thinking of that person if that's what's
I think
happened.
that's lovely. I think lots of us as well struggling for money. So this is this could be money in your house that you might even think of throwing away, and that's throwing money into the bin.
Yeah.
Pop it into a box and send it to Vintage Cash Cow. It's as simple as this, but do it right now. Get your labels right now, because you will get an extra 20% value on your box.
So all you've got to do is box it. The only thing you've got to provide is the box and a little bit of time. You send it off, it's free, it's safe, and it's insured, and then you sell it. You get your fair, no obligation offer in less than 7 days, and if you're not happy with that offer, you don't have to accept it, and they'll send the box back free as well.
It's crazy, isn't it? And if you can't get to the post office, they'll actually come and collect it from you. You've got nothing to lose, but do use the code SHOP20, because that's giving you that extra 20% value on everything that you send in, which is fabulous.
Let's see what Heather had to say.
Hello, I'm Heather from Glasgow. I recently had some items that were taking up space and of no interest to any of the younger family members, just some jewellery and knick-knacks. I gave Vintage Cash Cow a call and received the paperwork within a day or two. I got a box and I wrapped everything securely and took to the post office. The prepaid labels were so helpful, and the lady in the post office seemed to know the procedure well. In a couple of days I got a call from a nice chap who mentioned the items that I had sent, and I got a cash offer there and then. Having no sentimental value to anyone else, I accepted the offer and the money was paid into my account the very same day. It was so easy. I'm now looking for more items to send. I would recommend this to anyone. There's no problem if you don't get what you had hoped for. They will send your items back to you with no charge. I'd say give it a try. You might just be quids in.
So great, because you've got absolutely nothing to lose. So you're getting everything for free. That is a free phone number, free website, free labels. Then you can post it for free, or someone will collect it for free. And then you get the free valuation. And just like we heard then, if you decide that you don't actually want that money, it's not enough, though you've got 20% extra, I think you will. But if you decide you don't, they'll even send it back for free.
It's brilliant, isn't it? So celebrating their millionth customer, that means the bonus is tonight, exclusively with Shop on TV, is you get an extra 20% added to the value of your box, as long as you use the code SHOP20.
Yes, don't forget that code, and remember that means if you've got a box that's worth £100, you get 120. If you've got a box that's worth £200, you get 240. If you've got a box worth £500,
you get 600.
You get another £100. So the more you put in the box, or even the more boxes, get extra labels as well. Honestly, incredible. It really is such a great way. Vintage Cash Cow have just got it so right, and just allowing you to actually, rather than throw things out that you don't want anymore, you can actually declutter and make those things into money. Spring clean, can't we?
Yeah, big old
Always
spring
time
clean.
to spring clean.
Love that. Every time of year is a spring cleaning time, isn't it? It's about getting the most out of your box, and David joins us again.
Yes. And a sneaky look, because it's lovely, haven't you?
You two are.
Lovely to have you with us. Lots of people will recognise you. You're known, you love and have been involved in antiques for such a long time.
Indeed.
So we've got a special box for you there with some goodies in. Would you open it up for us?
I certainly will.
So it's like a box someone would send in.
Indeed.
And David's one of the experts who looks at some of the boxes that come in for Vintage Cash Cow. Yeah, like
exciting, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Every time you open a box up, so let's have a little look.
This is something we get in lots and lots. This is the camera.
Okay.
Probably never used as a camera again, actually, because a lot of these cameras are used for decorative purposes and, you know, film props, this, that and the other.
Right.
Some of the cameras are used again,
So
obviously.
again, everything's got a value and everything will have a home. So that could go into a film set, or it could go into
pub
the
decorations,
theatre. Or,
you know,
yeah.
Well, everything's got a use, hasn't it?
Yeah. And that's the other great thing about vintage cash cow. Everything's repurposed, isn't it?
Rehomed, reloved.
Yeah.
It's a great surface, isn't it? It's quite unique.
Brilliant.
And it's
Really?
not like auction where you're going to pay a commission. It's no,
And
there's no
especially
fees.
unique because so many different items. And like you say, if you do go to the auction, then you've got to pay
Fees
a cost.
to pay, yeah, that's right. Insurance to pay, where
We love-
everything's done.
This is like the opposite. They're giving you an extra 20%.
I think it's
This is
fantastic.
like we love it. What else is in there?
Right, what have we got here? This is something I don't know many people will recognise. Look, 2 shillings, half a crown,
look at
a shilling.
Oh, so you push the
Push
coin
them
in.
Yeah. It was,
Oh, that's so cute.
great.
yeah. So all sorts of
coin
novelty.
Oh, that's so
Not
sweet.
fantastic value. It's only silver plated, but interesting and collectible.
I love that. That's really sweet.
What have we got here? Look?
What's this?
What's
Now,
this one?
First of all, it looks like a silver item, doesn't it?
does.
Pull off top. But if you look on the bottom, there's no line on there. It just says EPNS. That means electroplate nickel silver. Not
Right.
fantastic value, but a nice object.
So this is where you'd look on your silver and
a lot of
things.
people would think that was a silver mark, but it's not. There's no-
Right.
So is that a silver plate?
It's silver plated.
Right.
But still
Electroplate.
worth
Still has
something.
Still got a value, yeah.
But not as valuable as it
As if it was
would have
silver,
been if it
no.
was silver.
Exactly.
And that's the thing, I'd look at that and have no idea.
What do you have? In English silver, you've got to see a little lion. That'll tell you that's silver, English.
Right.
Lion for the
It's-
hallmark, yeah.
But still
Okay.
worth popping into
It
your
is,
box.
of course, yeah.
Absolutely.
What's next?
Yeah, what we got here? Oh, well then.
Oh, wow.
There we are. The good thing about this little corgi toy is that it's got its box, original box.
That's sweet. Is he
there we are.
inside? There he is.
Not
Brilliant.
in nice condition, quite valuable. They make all sorts of money nowadays, these toys, especially boxed and not used very much, like that one.
And of course, you'll have a toy expert, won't
We
you?
have
That'll
toy
be able
experts
to
there.
value that.
Obviously, it's conditioned with all these type
They'll
of
check
things.
all and everything.
That's right.
And that is the great thing.
Yeah. What else have we got here? Oh, this is handy for the races, isn't it?
Is there anything in it?
Nothing in it, no, sadly. But nice thing. Yeah, nice present when it's all cleaned up. It'd make a great present for somebody.
So
wouldn't it?
again, that'll be
Yeah.
rehomed,
People have got things
recycled,
like that in a
and
drawer.
that would be worth something. What would that be? A metal under there? It's
That's
tarnished,
silver
isn't it?
plated, that one. Sometimes
Silver-plated,
they are
yeah.
silver.
Right.
But again, you'd find a hallmark on it. There's no hallmark on this one.
So it is
Screw
just
top,
silver
it's
plated.
just silver plated, but nice.
Still will
And
clean up
old.
nicely. Yes.
That was probably from the 30s, I would have thought.
Oh, God.
Really?
1930s, yeah.
How great. What
Wow.
great heritage, leather and silver.
Yeah.
How
lovely, isn't it?
wonderful is
It'll all
that?
clean up that, even though it's silver plated.
I just love the fact you can just look at these things
Yeah.
and see that, because you'd have no idea, would you?
No,
You wouldn't have gone back sort of 100 years.
Yeah, almost 100.
Look at these, Hayley, there.
Oh,
Now, what are
wow.
Opera glasses.
Oh, they suit you, sir. Look at
love
those.
Aren't they lovely?
They are sweet, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're,
And what would the what would the finish be?
Well, I'm not sure if this is real tortoiseshell. I think it might be.
possibly? Or is it a
faux.
A copyright, yeah.
But they're lovely, aren't they?
but they are so
Gold-plated.
sweet.
Probably French. A lot of these were French. This was a popular. French makers were more than likely on these kind of things.
So people would have their own opera glasses.
Indeed.
Oh,
Yes.
brilliant.
Originally, that would have been a little leather case, I would have thought.
And that could be in a show, couldn't it? That could be in a film or something.
Yeah,
you know,
film
that's-
props.
It's a nice talking
theatre
piece,
props.
isn't it?
Yeah, it really is a nice.
There's things like that people
Old.
use as decoration as well.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah,
Pre-war, 20s, 30s, it would have
fabulous.
been. Yeah.
Love those.
What else have we got here?
Love them. What else
Oh,
have you got?
watches.
Wow.
Let's have a look.
What have we got in
Oh,
Just
this
open
is a box.
open
Let me
it.
move the box out of the way. We've still got goodies in
here?
there.
Still more in there.
This looks more
Look.
high value, shall we say? Well, that's a gold
What have you
watch.
got?
There, it's probably 1950s, I would have said. Enamel dial.
So that's a gold watch.
It's a gold
and again,
one.
I would look
The
at
strap
that.
is not original to the watch.
Right,
It would have been on a
but
leather
the
strap
actual
originally.
watch body, and you wouldn't
That's
know
gold.
that, would you? Can you
Yeah.
see? Because if you looked at that, would you know the difference?
No.
I'd probably look at the strap and think, oh, it's probably not worth
You can
much.
usually tell by turning them over. Normally, if they're not gold, this is a steel back. But look, it's more than likely
right.
gold, that watch.
And do you know what sort of money that would be? I know you're not a watch
well,
specialist as such.
Be
but
100 plus,
Great.
Yeah.
Great. On
Could
that
be
one
gold.
item. So, because of that offer, £100 turns
Working
into
or not, by the way.
120.
Working or not. Look,
Yeah,
there's
that
something.
is the thing. Don't forget, even
Yeah.
if that wasn't working, or even if it just had one hand, it doesn't matter, does
Still
it?
got a gold value there,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Now, here's
What would you
something
just
we see a
have?
lot.
Right.
Ring
This is a
cut
bit
off.
poorly.
Throwing in the drawer or in the dressing
So
table.
it's been split.
Yeah.
So you'd
But
think that was
yeah, there's a
again
value in that, you
worthless.
see. Yeah, absolutely. It's gold.
And that's gold, so it has got value.
The price of gold at the moment is sky high, so...
Brilliant.
Don't throw
I'll look
them away.
after that.
Yeah.
Let me look after that for you. You can trust me.
And there's a little ring again that's been cut off.
Oh,
don't throw it away because it's got a gold value, of course. And we get it remodelled, you know, we melt the gold.
Yeah, little stone in there as well.
Yeah, so
locket.
when you say it's obviously been cut off because...
That's right.
Look, it's still got a value.
Another one cut off.
That's the great thing.
Yeah.
Everything that we're showing you still has a value.
Wedding rings, that's a good... Lots of people have got these on the dressing table in a pot, you know, doing nothing. Get them cashed in while the price of the gold is so high.
And of course, if it is a loved one's ring,
that's quite
you
weighty.
Could do something really special with the money, couldn't you? So
that's a high carat gold, that one. You can tell by the colour. And this is a little gold watch again. Not popular now as a watch because it's so small you can't see what time it is.
So true.
But again, there's a gold value there.
Could you imagine trying to read that?
Yeah.
And these are all things that people have at home. We're showing you a typical example. This is a box that came in to Vintage Cash Cow.
And a little locket with family photographs usually inside. All these little bits add up to lots of money. You know?
And is that chain broken? Does it matter if the chain's broken?
Doesn't matter no. So there's a lot of value there.
And then there's some more bits in here, and
keep going.
they look like sort of costumey sort of bits.
Here we are. Costume jewellery, all types we buy, modern or old.
All types they'll buy. So if you have got costume jewellery that just think about throwing out, don't throw it out. Pop it into that box.
This is
because it all has a value.
People have.
I love these.
They're so sweet, those, aren't they?
Silver one, that one.
Now, what is that for anyone who doesn't know at home? Is that
a silver cigarette case from the 1920s?
So that would hold the cigarette end that you just showed there.
Right. But
Look at
today
that.
they might put a nice photograph in and use it as a photograph frame.
Oh, yes.
Solid silver.
It could keep your money in there.
You could put notes in there, couldn't you? And have a photo on that side.
If it's badly damaged, it's still got a value because of the silver content.
Silver.
So it's got a value. Don't throw anything away. Just send it in.
Don't throw anything.
We'll sort it out.
Now, what's this one?
Little brass.
Now, that's brass. And how many of you are cleaning brass at home and it drives you potty?
What a job. Horrible job.
Oh, my mum hates cleaning brass, so we put a lot of brass items in.
Yeah.
That would have been kept on the mantelpiece and you had your matches in.
Yeah.
Right.
Still valuable, isn't it?
That's
So it's still going to make you money. And I think we're nearly at the bottom.
We are at the bottom here.
Hey.
Bit more costume jewellery. That's a bit older than the stuff down here.
Right, that's pretty.
Brooch,
isn't it? And a nice little
that's
brooch.
Very, very popular for us.
whether it's costume, whether it's gold, whether it's silver, whether you're looking at metals or currency or clocks or antiques or vintage collectibles, or whether we're looking at cameras or newer cameras, honestly, pop it in that box because it's all got value. You can go onto the website. Remember, it is vintagecashcow.co.uk, and there's so much help there.
Yeah, it literally guides you through all the items to put into your box, to boost your box, to get the best value from your box. And remember, with us exclusively right now to celebrate almost the millionth customer, there's an extra 20% on the value. You can see it literally hold your hand. However, there are people on the phones if you need any advice.
Yeah, the team are there till 3 a.m. and they will be back there tomorrow morning from 9 till 6. Remember, the deal is only for 24 hours, so you must do it right now. Do it now. 20% extra value to your box. So many great 5-star reviews. There's pages of them.
There really are. Take a look at this one. Easy to use. Once the labels arrive, just pack up any unwanted items as outlined in the guide and close. Post it free of charge. It's very easy. You get a quick response to the amount. They will pay you. If you don't want to sell the items, they'll send it back. So it's a win-win situation. Another one from Donna. I was over the moon with my offer. I think I was nervous and didn't have very high expectations. But when Callum rang this morning, he explained everything so well and seemed genuinely keen to help. Thank you.
So exciting, isn't it, when they empty that box and you find all those incredible goodies and then you get that value and you might be thinking, what's this all about? It's Vintage Cash Cow. You're not shopping with us, Shop on TV tonight. You need to go to vintagecashcow.co.uk or jump onto the phones, and you need to do it now because you've got an extra special offer.
It's a time-limited offer for 24 hours only. When you send in a box, the value of your box, well, they'll add an extra 20% to the value of your box.
That's £100, it's £120. If your box is worth £200, it's £140. If your box is worth £500, that's another £100 that you get extra just because actually we're heading towards 1 million customers.
1 million customers. And approaching £50 million paid out to those customers.
And do you know the really wonderful thing is, all those items you're putting into that box, nothing gets thrown away.
Nothing
Everything
wasted.
is repurposed, rehomed. It's fabulous.
Now, Anthony and Vicky are here with us to talk a little bit more about that, if we could, because it's all about no waste, isn't it?
Well, it's about reusing everything and making sure, as I said to you earlier, excuse me, when we first started this, we didn't think about this.
No,
it becomes more evident all the time, and now everything that we get, we know is going to have another life, another home. It's going to be reused, and it doesn't matter what it is, from a threadbare teddy bear, to a telephone, to a milk jug, to a what. It doesn't matter what it is. Everything has another life, which is wonderful, really.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
It really is not going into landfill. It's actually getting rehomed as such. And when you actually look at the amount of items, which I'm guessing is what we're seeing here, that Vintage Cash Cow have had in.
Yes.
Wow.
And look at that, over 345 tonnes of non-precious metal.
Yeah, that's just silver plate, gold plate, anything that's plated, pewter, copper, all these types of things.
Brass and things.
Brass, all that type of
So that's all got a value.
All got a value. Everything goes in the box. Everything's got a value, and it all gets repurposed. It all gets reused.
There was cameras on there, over 184,000 cameras.
That's correct.
And when we talk about cameras, we're talking not just about real old vintage cameras.
No, don't have to be old. You know, we can use all the small digitals and compacts. There's just so many of them. It doesn't necessarily have to be vintage. I know we're Vintage Cash Cow, but we've found ways of making sure that we can repurpose and rehome things for people that have got things that aren't necessarily 100 years old or 50 years old. Or
You've discovered there's a big demand, isn't there?
It's colossal, and I mean, with the help of Vicky as well, because we're all learning in tandem together, because Vicky does this professionally and helps people to do all of this, whereas we're the facility that buys all of this, and there's not just one place you can go, get all your stuff all together and make sure that it's going to go back and go round and have another journey, have another life. And I think that's important to people. I think people want to know that it's not getting thrown away or just wasted.
Well, that's what you said, Vicky, isn't it?
Yeah.
You said there was a gap from, because you're a professional organiser and declutterer, and you were like, well, what am I going to do? What do people do with all this stuff?
It's so much work for people. If they've got, 5 different sort of categories of things, the gold, the silver, the jewellery, the old toys, that's a lot of work for someone to find a specialist in each of those categories. So to be able to put it all together, and you don't have to think about it, you have to do one thing, there you go, phone call, done.
I love that.
And what we were saying about cameras is a great example. So many people, they spent some money on these digital cameras, but then they sort of stopped being used, and people have got 5, 10, 15 sometimes in the drawer where they were getting the newer models.
Just replaced it.
Exactly.
Didn't know what to do with it.
So we talk about it and we're like, well, that's what we're finding a lot of at the moment, and it's very true. They can then get reused, resold, be given a new home.
Now, speaking of new homes,
well, we mentioned bears.
We did mention teddy bears earlier. We've got this little slide to show, because teddy bears that you've had into you have then been sent out, and people are literally making them new again.
Well, there's a big craft network out there now.
Huge.
A huge thing where people like to get something. And I can see from them bears there that they'll have had no noses, no ears, they'll have had an ear cut off, no eyes, and somebody's got them and really taken their time restoring them. And it's a project for them, and they've done it for themselves, not to resell them, not to do it, but they've actually got those bears
enjoyed doing it,
and they've now got this product that they've got in the home, and it's beautiful. It's got pride of place. They've taken the time to do it up. So there's all these added benefits to all of this older stuff now, all of it. And it doesn't have to be valuable. That's the thing with it. It doesn't necessarily...
You were saying that, Vicky, weren't you? It doesn't have to be valuable, or you don't even need to know that it's valuable.
You don't, but I think what makes people really happy is knowing that, the old bear, that's ripped and its nose is off and that, option one for people was, oh, well, it's going to have to go in the bin or just sit in a cupboard in the dark. People will be so happy to get rid of things that they know... Been adopted. Making other people happy. Making other people happy, and that helps us.
We're thinking of adopting you. we're going to adopt Vicky.
There's a lot of love.
Great, yeah. A whole lot of loving.
A whole lot of love. And we were saying, Anthony, before we came to air, when we looked at everything, everything here can be repurposed.
A lot of people would look, they might go in a shed in the garden, they might see an old dialable telephone.
You see, we sent you a phone like that.
I had one when they were in our house. So when I was a kid, we had those phones.
Yeah.
But somebody may look at that phone now and look at it and go, what on earth is this? You know, somebody who doesn't remember them, just throw it in the skip, get rid of it. You don't have to. It can come, it can be sold. People want to put them on decoration. Some people actually rewire them and get them working on the
Brilliant.
have them actually
Fabulous.
working again. I've got one at home. I've got a pink one.
I love it.
I've got a pink one of them, and I have it. And I play little jokes at, when we have little dinner parties. I always pretend there's somebody on the phone for somebody. My mother always thinks there's somebody on it. She actually thinks it's actually the phone. So yeah, but everything that you see, it can be a watch that's broken. It can be a telephone. It can be a set of beads. It doesn't matter. Everything can be used again, and that's the beauty of it.
And even if things are broken, you still want them, don't you?
Oh, most definitely. Look at it. You might have 10 watches in the drawer.
Yeah.
They may not work, but there's a home for them watches.
Right.
Whether it's for parts, whether they can be repaired, it doesn't make any. We can definitely do something with everything, whatever the condition. And that's another reason we don't do china, glassware, and things like that. Because if that's broken, that is the end of it. So we don't take them things. They don't travel well in the post. But you take anything else that's in a home that's been sat in a cupboard, a boxer, in the garage. Everybody's got them. You know, the closets. And I think Vicky will tell you, the feeling people get, it's not just about the money.
No.
It's more about the feeling people get about creating the space, clearing the stuff, and they're getting paid to do it as well.
And the great thing is I can feel the thrill you get from people just feeling so relieved to declutter. And that's your life, isn't it? Helping people do exactly that.
It is. It's fantastic. You know, all the benefits, the emotional benefits, the feeling. You have more headspace, you know, productivity, energy levels. It's very real what it does when you just sort of clear your space, clear your visual distraction, and not forgetting, you know, something might not be my taste, you know, and I've been sitting on it in the cupboard for a while, and someone else might find that,
love it.
be like, I've been looking for one of these, or this is exactly what I love. So, you know, knowing it's going to get that next.
I love what Vicky always says about everybody who's watching right now will have a drawer, a cupboard, a room, in fact, filled with things that they could put into a box and send to Vintage Cash Cow.
A lot of people don't want to part with things because they don't want to throw them out. But like you say, if they know they're going to a new home, you're not throwing it away. Someone else is going to love that and, like you say, want that. That's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's something really important to remember that I talk to all of my clients about, and that is we sometimes put the stamp of sentimental on things that aren't actually sentimental. We have just owned them for a long time. And that is very, very different. And also the other thing, if there are 50 things that you're keeping because, say, they were passed down to you, kind of takes away the specialness. If there was one special thing, how wonderful. There's 50 of them up there. It's like
it dilutes it.
It dilutes it, so that's a really important thing to think about.
And the nice thing that you were saying earlier, if it is special things from loved ones, the really great thing is you will get money for those, and you could do something really special.
Make a memory.
In memory of them, which I think is absolutely fabulous. So honestly, whatever you've got, don't doubt it. Pop it in that box and send it now, because you have got that extra 20% off. So
vintagecashcow.co.uk, or you can use the QR code on screen, or you can call and take advantage of that extra 20%. Shop 20.
My favourite thing about Vintage Cash Cow is the ease. I sent cameras and gold chains, silver. That's my phone.
Is it?
They make it terribly easy because you can sell everything in one go. I mean, Vintage Cash Cow really is a brilliant idea. I mean, the money's obviously very nice, so I'm a happy bunny with it.
So many great stories, and the lovely thing is everything is recycled, rehomed, reloved. But the really lovely thing is if you send a box in, you are getting an extra 20% added onto the value of your box.
As long as you use that code SHOP20, remember you can go to vintagecashcow.co.uk, or you can call the free phone number 0800 246 5508. You can even scan the QR code if you've got WhatsApp at home, and it'll take you through and message you back and forth, so you get that fabulous offer, you get that extra 20% value to your box.
They're right there on the phone lines now until 3 a.m. They'll be back at 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. But remember, deal is only for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Or jump onto the website. That's one of the easiest ways, which of course is vintagecow or cashcow.co.uk. So vintagecashcow.co.uk. On the website, you'll see where you can actually go, that green box at the top, to order your free labels. Everything's free, but do put in shop 20 on the code area, because that will give you that extra 20%, celebrating
almost 1 million customers.
1 million customers.
Brilliant.
How exciting is that? And what will be really exciting, because put all the items, and have a look on the website what you can put in your box. But if one of those items was really high value, but you might think, how do they know?
Well, Anthony and Joanna are with us once again to talk us through, well, some of the technology that you use to get those values and to know what precious metals there are.
Well, it is quite complicated. If somebody puts something in a box, they don't know if it's gold.
Yeah.
How are they sure that we know? How
yeah.
do you know? And that's very important that people know. But there's lots of technology in place that can help now. And we're very fortunate that we have got we've got big training programs that run all the time for all of the appraisers and all the staff. But we use some very special equipment as well, which I'll probably show you. I am the man with... Oh, sorry.
No, Anthony, I'm just going to recap. You're one of the founders.
Yes,
Joanna, you're one of the experts at Vintage Cash Cow.
She's been there nearly as long as me. She's been there nearly a day oneer. So.
Brilliant.
How
From the beginning.
fabulous is that?
That's great.
It's
Now,
a really lovely company, isn't it? I know you absolutely love working there.
Very family.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
family kind of thing.
and what have you got then, Anthony, to show us?
So this here is this is called an XRF gun. It's a thermal imaging gun. So somebody may say, well, I'm going to put some things in a box, and we might receive, just for instance, some chains like this. How do I know if they're gold? I'm not an expert. I don't know if they're gold or or even silver. Joe does the silver, but something like this here, we can take this and we can place it on the top of this gun here, and we can pull the trigger, and then it will tell us within 3 seconds the composition of that whole chain. It will tell us if it's gold, if it's silver, if it's copper. It will tell us the percentage of gold.
No way.
Whether it's 9 carat, 18 carat, 14 carat. And then it will also tell us if it isn't gold, it'll tell us if it's silver, it'll tell us. And then the whole composition is important, because you may get something that says it's 9 carat gold, but if it's got a huge amount of copper in, maybe it's very heavily gold plated. So you've just to be careful with all of those things. So these here cost in the tens of thousands of pounds. We have about 20 of these in our building now.
Wow.
So if anybody sends anything, then can be assured that it gets the treatment with this piece of technology, which is very, very clever. Thermotechnology. It's called an XRF gun, and every piece because not everything's hallmarked, you see.
No, that's what I was saying, because I was thinking, well, surely everything has a hallmark.
Not everything. And then there's another thing that we get as well, whereas not all marks are hallmarks. So just because something's got a mark on it doesn't necessarily mean it's a hallmark.
Right. And Joanna, you were saying sometimes people with cleaning, they can rub the hallmark.
Yeah.
Really?
So if you over-polish something, especially with a silver,
so it's gone.
It'll completely wipe it off, or wear it down.
So you really wouldn't be able to tell without that gun?
Yeah, unless you have the gun or know what you're looking for, you won't be able to tell it.
So that just confirms everything for you. And do you use the gun when you're valuing things?
Yes, I
and
do.
appraising things?
Yeah, if I'm ever unsure about anything, I can use the gun.
Brilliant.
But I do like looking at the hallmarks, especially on the silver.
And when you see something silver, say this. Oh. What? Where would we look? Because there's nothing on the bottom.
But
so
you know where to
would
look.
you look?
So different items have different patterns of where things will be. So this one, it is just here.
Oh right.
On the top.
Can you see that? But like you say, that could easily, because people used to polish weekly, didn't they? So that could be polished away.
But it also could look like a silver mark, and it might say EPNS.
Or it might be a silver plate mark.
What would that mean, EPNS?
Electroplated nickel silver, so it's not full silver.
Yeah.
So, but what actually happens with, I know Joanna says she uses the gun. What happens after the years she's been doing it, you can actually get to a point where you pick something up and you actually know whether it's got. There are things to look for that just become second nature. It's like this particular chain here. Anybody could look at that and think it was gold. It may have a mark on the end that's not a hallmark, but the thing that gives that away not being gold is these ends here.
Ah, yes.
Because the metal.
Yeah, can you
And
see
they wouldn't
that
be
at
on
home?
there.
Show everyone.
So,
Yeah, because that's very true. Can you see there?
Oh, yeah.
They're not gold.
and they give a pair of earrings. Here's a classic one for you. Gold studs and gold earrings. When you get them, and the post on an earring that goes through your ear must always be gold in colour. But if they're metal coloured, they're definitely not gold because they don't put metal posts on gold earrings.
Right.
So there's lots of little things that you
Telltale
learn
signs.
over the course of the years. Like all this has been tested with this XRF gun, like we were showing you, and we've proved that all of that is gold. Now, what happens nowadays with some of these coin items here, if I just pick one of them out to show you, there are a lot of fakes around of these. And what happens, these are supposed to be 22 carat gold, but they've been restruck and they've been made in 9 carat gold.
Oh.
Now, you don't know when you pick it up, but unless you put it on here, and it will tell you that it's not an original, it will tell you that it's only 9 carat gold, because it would be worth 3 times more if it was 22.
Of course.
So there's lots of tricks out there from, people have put products in. They put gold tags on the end of chains to make them look like gold. And so if somebody just looks at the hallmark, they think, oh, that's gold.
Right.
But it's actually not. So everything gets used on this. We also have a big desk version of it as well that you can lift a lid on and put it in. So we make sure that every piece is tested so that you get the full value. And that's how it works.
And that must be... It's a great backup, Joanna, isn't it? For someone like you, because you've been with the company how long now?
8 years.
8 years.
This year.
And you've started. You didn't really have a big knowledge of antiques at all,
No,
did you?
I've just learned on the job. I'm from Anthony and David.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just years of working with it.
So it's a passion for you,
yeah.
isn't it? So it must be really exciting when you open that box and you see the silver.
Yeah, I do get excited, and I do love silver. There's just so many different kinds.
Yeah.
And you just never know what you're going to find that day.
And you'll have an idea of the value, but then you've got that backup with things like the
it's good to have a backup, especially if the marks are worn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes you just need to double check, and we do like to double check.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure a lot of times you think, well, yeah, I do know, but just having that reassurance is brilliant.
Yeah,
the funny thing is the way how far we've come on the journey.
Yeah.
When Joanna first joined us, there were only 4 or 5 of us there in the business, or maybe 10 people or something. But it was really funny because we've got a story from the beginning where my son actually interviewed Joanna, and he didn't know what he was doing anyway. He didn't have it was really good. She reminds me all the time, your son interviewed me for the job, and I thought, how did that work? Because he didn't know what he was doing anyways. How could he possibly have interviewed her? But it just shows you how far you come from the beginning of something to where we are today, and like now we're nearly at 1 million boxes.
It was like a trial, wasn't it, really? It was an idea that you brought to life, not knowing whether it was going to be successful.
Correct.
And now I would say most people have heard of vintage cash cow.
A lot of people. I get recognised now.
Look at you.
I've seen you on the TV with them people. You're famous. I've seen you on TV at midnight. I said, no, I'm in bed at midnight. But it is true. People do see it, and it's on TV, it's on the radio, and people get to know about it all the time. And it is a fantastic service for anybody to use. And there's no holes in it. It's just great for everybody to use. And like I said before, if you want to go get the last penny out of everything you sell, go sell everything individually. Go spend half your life doing it. If you want to get your stuff sold with no commission, no fees, and quickly, it's the only way to do it, and nobody can do it.
And to
Brilliant.
do it
Such
now,
a unique service.
it is, and it's even better right now this minute because
Yes.
you're getting an extra 20% value added onto your box. There's 3 easy steps. Obviously, send for your pack, so you've got the free labels, and you can do that via the website or the phones. You box it up, put all the items, put them all in there, and then put the label on. That's going to allow you to send it completely free of charge.
Well, everything's free, remember. The pack's free, the phone number's free, the postage is free, the returns are free if you don't.
The valuation is free.
Yeah.
And if you decide that it's not the value you thought it was, I think it's going to be more because you get an extra 20% anyhow, they'll even send it back to you free. You've got nothing to lose today apart from missing out on this deal, so do get in contact right now.
Just got to use that code, remember, SHOP20 to get that extra 20%. So to give you an idea, if your value is £100, you get 120.
Yeah.
If your value is £200, You get 240. It's fantastic.
And don't forget, the guys are on the phones until 3 a.m. They'll be back there tomorrow from 9 till 6. You need to do it as soon as possible because it's only for 24 hours. And then you might have a really fabulous story.
Yeah, the stories that we hear throughout the show. And this story, coming up next, comes from Jill.
My experience with Vintage Cash Cow was 100% positive. Lovely people to deal with, really fast, efficient service, and what's more, cash in my pocket. I can't recommend them enough.
Vintage Cash Cow is so good if you need to declutter your own home, but sometimes you can be in a situation where you need to declutter somebody else's home, and it can be really difficult. But the lovely thing is Vintage Cash Cow are there for you as well then.
Yeah, when you need them. Remember, all you've got to do is go to the website vintagecashcow.co.uk. Make sure you use that code SHOP20 to get the extra 20% added to your box value.
Yeah, which is fantastic, and only a special, like we say, for 24 hours. But we've got Vicky back with us, who is a declutterer and organiser. And you must often be in a situation where people have got a lot of things from, sadly, people they've lost, and they've got boxes still of pieces that they just don't want to give away.
Yeah, absolutely. And it can be really hard because we do have an attachment for things, especially when they belong to a loved one. It's something that's sort of come up in the media quite a lot lately. When do we declutter? When it's the right time?
Yeah.
And when is it okay to talk about it? And I think it is okay to talk about it if you can feel comfortable doing so. And, I know myself, I'm very aware that, as I get older, what am I going to be leaving for my daughter to deal with?
Yeah.
That's how I think of it.
You went through the process, didn't you, with a relative where you had to clear their house?
Yeah. It's a big job, isn't it?
Oh, it was a huge, huge job. And I don't think, when he was alive, he wouldn't have been aware of that. I don't think it's because the conversation was never had.
Yeah.
But a whole house full of everything, and it took months.
So it's an emotional job anyhow, but then it is a big job to try and get it organised and what to do with things. Yeah. And I think, like you say, a lot of people now, I think, are starting to think, well, I don't want to leave my children with all this in the house. I'd like to try and declutter a little bit, get rid of some of those things. And I think that's happening more now, isn't it?
It is happening more, and then there's more of an awareness, I think, of it, and because the first thing when I went through it, I thought, when I have children, and I go, I'm going to make sure I do as much of this part as I can. And I'm not talking, stripping our house down to the bare, but I'm thinking the things that we have got in boxes that we've never used, that have been passed down that we've never used.
I think in a way as well, it could be quite nice because you perhaps will find things that you haven't seen for years.
And it'll remind you of those good things.
To those times.
Yeah, and sort of give it that kind of I don't know what the saying is, like that last hurrah, have the conversation, for me it would be with my daughter.
Yes.
Things that have come from my mum, sitting down before you potentially then let them go and sell them and get a bit of money back and do something
and
wonderful.
Giving that story to your daughter. As well.
And sharing those memories that you've got with it. I think it's really cathartic, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it'd be a lovely thing to do as a family, really.
Yeah, because the alternative is when, it's awful to say, but when I did go, she'd find a box of stuff and think, what's this?
And and not know the history.
Not know the history. So going through things one more time, maybe they can have a bit of a decision. Is this something that you'd want to end up having? No? Okay, well, let's sell it together and, again, have a meal out, do something nice.
As a memory for the person that it was for. I know for my mum, and I know I mentioned mum a lot, but mum is the one that holds on to everything. And she has got both sets of grandparents. She's got still boxes of all their stuff upstairs, and my auntie Cora as well. We have done a box once for Vintage Cash Cow, and she was keen to do it again, but that's the only time ever she's actually managed to put things into a box and let things go, purely because I think she doesn't feel like she's thrown them away, because she knows that they are going with Vintage Cash Cow to be used. They're not going into landfill. They're going to be sort of loved again or reused or repurposed in some way.
This is it, these lovely things that we inherit. Let's say the word, lovely things that we inherit. They end up in a dark box in the loft.
Yeah.
That's really sad. Or potentially they end up in some cool young student's house that give it a whole nother 20 years of life with them before they then maybe pass it on. And that's what it's all about now. It's a fantastic thing, and it's a positive thing and a lovely thing. You're making someone else happy and you're benefiting too. I mean,
and perhaps I think when we went through a couple of boxes, sort of kept something out of each one. So you've got something that really gives you that link. It's those small steps, isn't it, to sort of sorting. Yeah. And then with that money, like we were saying, so nice you could perhaps take the family out in memory of a loved one.
Yeah, make that memory for all of you together.
Yeah.
And we also talked about the amount of stuff you end up with. Isn't it nice to have one special thing rather than 50 things that are all in a box?
This is it. I mean, think of the actual scenario that would happen if you have these memory boxes full. You know, what we're going to do? We're going to get our children, we're going to say, right, on Sunday, we're going to look through these 20 memory boxes, and they're going to go, But if we said on Sunday, we're going to look through this memory box.
Yeah. And
they're going to be like, oh, wow. Yeah, what a difference.
The interest
it's
is there.
trawling through, or it's going, wow,
This
how
is something
interesting.
special.
And you could have a photo, couldn't you, of your loved one in that box, and then key items that you know that they loved.
Yeah.
And like you say, pass down to your child, show her. It's just that one box of some really key items.
Tie a little label on, maybe write the story on so we know what it's about. Otherwise, it's just a thing, you know. But there are so many ways of doing it. But I just think this doesn't have to be a sad conversation.
No.
It can be a positive one. It can be a nice one. We're taking burden away from our children. We're making a bit of money. We're giving something the life that it then deserves, you know, rather than being up in the corner in an attic or. It's
and with Vintage Cash Cow, the great thing is everything then goes on to be repurposed, you know. It has a new story, it has a new life, doesn't it?
It is. It's being reloved somewhere else, which is really nice. Really is in the press, I think, quite a lot now that people do want to declutter for lots of reasons, but I think a lot of people are thinking ahead for their children, aren't they?
Yeah, they're thinking about their children's future. They're thinking about, you know, what happens when maybe they're not around anymore and what their children have to deal with. And again, from my experience, it really was months of I have to describe it as sort of hard work. And it took the moment away for me because I was doing admin.
You were focused on that,
Totally, and it was exhausting. And again, we don't want to pass that onto our children. We want them to be
going through the hard enough time as it is.
Hard enough, exactly. We want them to be burdened as minimal as possible.
And it doesn't mean you have to do absolutely everything, you know. It's just starting that. Just perhaps have a little look in a cupboard, or you know you've got those boxes in the loft. Get someone to get them down for you and go through them and do it as a family thing and have those great memories with your loved ones, and then pick those things that you perhaps want to keep and give some. You know, honestly, I think for so many, you'll just feel a little bit refreshed, relieved, because you have taken a few steps, and I think you'll actually feel lovely because you've looked back at things that actually have been sat in the roof for 10 years. They're going to mean so much more.
And as a bonus, you might get some cash to make those future memories. We've got a very special exclusive deal with us at Shop on TV. It means that you get that extra 20% added to the value of your box. So go to vintagecashcow.co.uk. The first thing you need to do is get your free postage pack, and everything is free, remember. This is the great thing. The pack's free, the phone number's free, the postage is free, the returns are free if you change your mind and you don't want that value that Vintage Cash Cow offers you.
It's crazy. And remember, if you do want that extra 20% value on your box, oh yes I do, you need to put in shop 20, and that is giving you that extra 20%. So as an example, if you sent a box that was worth £200, you'd actually get 240 pounds. And this is why we do say have a little look at what they will buy, because I think there's lots of things you won't realise that is value. It could be costume jewellery, it could be old toys and things. There's brass and things that I bet you've got probably boxes of brass because you don't want to clean it. You've put it in a box, but you don't want to throw it out. It's going to be rehomed, it's going to be reloved, and put all of those things into that box, because the more you put into that box, remember it can go up to 30 kilograms.
Kilos,
but you can then get another label and have another box if you've got extra. But the more you send, obviously 20% keeps going up a bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because the more value, the bigger that 20%
The bigger the bonus, yeah. And celebrating almost their 1 millionth customer.
How
That's
fabulous
how popular
is
Vintage
that?
Cash Cow have been, and have paid out almost £50 million. It's so simple, 3 easy steps. You box it, you can see there, carefully pack your unwanted valuables into a box. All you've got to provide is the box. Then you send your box, it's free, it's safe and it's insured, and then you sell it. You get your fair, no obligation offer in less than 7 days.
And the great thing is, if you don't want to sell it, they'll even return it free of charge as well. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. And Vicky, for anybody that's watching and thinking about doing this, what would you say?
I would say we can get overwhelmed by decluttering, but stop looking at it as one huge, huge task. Dive into a small cupboard, dive into a small box, one at a time, and just chip away at what you're working on. And that feels much less overwhelming.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a really good tip,
great
isn't it?
starting point,
Yeah,
isn't it?
really makes
Really
sense.
is.
It's always lovely to have you with us and to hear your stories. So thanks so much for joining us. And so many customer stories as well. Not just Vicky's, actually with Vintage Cash Cow. You can have a look. Trustpilot have got, well, there's over 20,000.
Yeah, over 20,000 that you can take a look at. Don't look right now. There's lots more interesting things happening here on the live show that we've got for you. But take advantage of that extra 20%. Just use the code SHOP20. And if you want to use the QR code on screen, you can do that. It'll take you straight through to your WhatsApp if you've got WhatsApp, and you can start messaging.
So easy. It's all completely free. You've got absolutely nothing to lose and possibly a lot to gain, that money for your pocket. So take a little look at this, because this story, well, it actually might be yours.
We were sorting through my late father's estate and had lots of little bits that we weren't sure what to do with, and a friend recommended Vintage Cash Cow to me. So I clicked on the link and got the little pack which told me exactly the things that you would be looking for. So what we had was a selection of old medals and calligraphy, writing implements, some silver, some pewter, that kind of thing really, and we packaged them up in the box, an old recycled box, put on the labels that had been put in my pack, took it to the post office, and they sent it away. We got communication when the box had arrived, and then a phone call the next day offering me £125 of cash, well, money into my account, which I accepted, and it's going towards our half-term holiday cottage with my children. So it's been fantastic. I would totally recommend it.
So there's so many different reasons, isn't there, for decluttering, and it might be that you've got lots of leftover pieces that mum had from aunties and uncles and grandparents, and you don't want to throw them out, do you?
No. Or it could be you just want to do that decluttering. You want to do that big spring clean. If you've just joined us and you're thinking, what is Vintage Cash Cow all about? Well, we've got an extra deal for you exclusively with us here at Shop on TV. An extra 20% added to the value of your box. If you have just joined us, we'll explain what that all means. But
yes.
If you want to declutter and make space at home.
There's probably loads of things. You've got boxes upstairs, boxes in the attic, perhaps you've got stuff in the shed, perhaps you're paying for storage, and lots of it could actually be making you money. And that could be a holiday, that could be a weekend away, that could go towards a new phone, perhaps that could go to a new car, I don't know, or house renovations, who knows. The great thing is there's so much that you can pop into your box that can be valued by Vintage Cash Cow, all completely free. Not our website tonight. You do go to vintagecashcow.co.uk, and on that website you'll find everything that you need to know. But actually, when you go through to do your postage pack, put in the code, remember, don't forget that code. SHOP20 is really important, because you will actually get an extra 20% value on everything that you send in, on every item, every box, whatever you put in that box, an extra 20% will be added to the value of that box.
And everything's free.
Yeah.
All you've got to provide is the box itself.
Yeah, free website, free phone call, free labels are delivered, then you've got free delivery, they'll even come and collect it. And if you decide, when they get back in touch with you, they'll say, we've received your box, we'll give you a valuation about 7 days.
Talk you through everything.
When you get that valuation, and if you think, well, actually, that's not what I wanted, they'll even send your box back for free. But this is how easy it is. You box it, you send it, and you sell it.
Yeah, just carefully package up your unwanted valuables into a box. As I say, that's all you have to provide is the box itself. You send your box, it's free, it's safe and it's insured, and then you sell it. You get your fair, no obligation offer in less than 7 days.
But remember, and it's an exclusive deal, so you need to do it now, either on the phones, on the website, and use the code SHOP20. They're actually in the call centre until 3 a.m. and then they will be back from 9 o'clock tomorrow morning until 6 p.m. So get it done now, because it's only for 24 hours.
I think that's the secret. Get it done right now.
Otherwise you'll miss out on that extra 20%, which could be, if it's £100, an extra 20, if it's £200, an extra 40. If it's £500 your box, you'd get an extra £100.
It's brilliant, isn't it? And that's an exclusive with us here at Shop on TV. You've just got to make sure you use that code. Remember, SHOP20 gets you that extra 20%. And the variety of things that you can put in your box, you'll be blown away by.
Yeah, don't think, perhaps you'll pick up some costume jewellery and think, I bet it needs to be gold or silver. No, put the costume jewellery in, put cameras in, put watches in, even if they're broken. And perhaps you've got some old pipes and things we did from Pop. Pop that in. Perhaps you've got one of the old phones as well. Pop that in. Put it all into that box. You can check all the details on the actual booklet that comes along with your labels, or you can just go onto the website.
Yeah, the website's really good. It guides you through everything you can send, and then when you click on each category, it gives you even more advice. It's very simple, very straightforward.
It's all free.
Yeah.
You need to do it now. It's a limited time offer, and it's not going to cost you a penny.
My favourite thing about Vintage Cash Cow is the ease. I sent cameras and gold chains, silver. That's my phone.
Is it?
They make it terribly easy because you can sell everything in one go. I mean, Vintage Cash Cow really is a brilliant idea. I mean, the money's obviously very nice, so I'm a happy bunny with it.
And the really lovely thing is there's experts in everything. So whatever you're sending in, an expert will value it, which is incredible.
And we're very lucky to have one of the experts with us here in the studio right now. David joins us. Lovely to see you again.
And you too.
Tell everybody how you're involved with Vintage Cash Cow and what you're a real expert.
Yeah, what was your background?
Yeah, my background. Well, I started in the antique world. Well, I was brought up with antiques, to be quite honest, but I started in business myself in 1970. And
Can't believe it.
Great years in the antique world, I can tell you.
Fabulous. Your parents were in antiques,
they were.
weren't they?
Well, furniture and,
right.
In those days after the war, you couldn't buy new furniture, so what they bought, they went to Harrogate and bought lovely things and brought them back to Hull, where I was based in those days. And we had some wonderful years dealing in furniture, really, but then it went like that.
Or changed.
Fashions have changed dramatically in the last 20 years. Dramatically.
So what are you really interested in now? Where did you go?
I myself, I deal in jewellery and small, expensive items now, and but I love any antiques, really. I'm an antique.
It's in your blood, isn't it?
It is.
You may recognise the face, and we're looking at some great antiques as well. And the great thing is, we're looking at costume jewellery here, and sometimes costume jewellery that you think, oh, I could just put that in the bin, really. It's not going to be worth anything. Sometimes there can be a little surprise, can't there?
Indeed. It doesn't have to be precious metals to be costume jewellery. It can be famous makes, Chanel and Vivienne Westwood, and there's all sorts of makes that make lots of money and very, very collected.
And some of the stones that you look at, we might not see the value, but they may be really valuable.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, we've got diamond testers now to test stones, and of course there's these new lab-grown stones now, which are very hard to detect, but
of course
are wonderful. Well, they are a diamond in actual fact, aren't they? But a different price to a natural diamond,
of course, yeah. And we're looking at just some examples of some kinds of jewellery. But like Hayley just said, don't be afraid, whatever jewellery we're talking about, gold, silver, costume.
Pop it in.
You might not know the value.
Yeah.
Hayley mentioned previously, she was just about to say you may recognise David at home, because David, you've been involved in lots of programmes on mainstream TV.
I have, yes, on national TV, yeah.
Look how shy he is.
Oh, bless you. All to do with the antiques and things, and with your expertise, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And so with vintage, how did you get involved with Vintage Cash Cow?
Well, I met Anthony some years ago at an antique fair, and he was such a charismatic character.
Absolutely.
I thought, I've got to know this guy. And I really watched the business start from quite small. It's quite a small business.
Incredible how it
Yeah,
started in a
absolutely.
garage.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
now the premises are huge, aren't they?
Gosh, it grew and grew and grew dramatically, quickly as well.
Yes.
No wonder with Anthony running it. of course.
Absolutely. And that you have a little bit of everything sent in, so you've got experts in all the different fields.
Absolutely. We've got girls that understand the stones, the gemologists there. We've got a medal expert there. We've got a watch expert there. We cover everything.
Yeah.
Silver plated goods. There's nothing really we don't cover.
That's
what's
it.
so great, and that's why you can include so much in your box.
And again, seeing some ideas there. We sent in a candelabra, we sent in a couple of clocks, we sent in a couple of phones. I think we sent a camera in. We sent some costume jewellery. If you're in doubt, just pop it into the box, because honestly, what you might think is worthless actually has got some value. Even Parker pens and things like that. Old coins. Honestly, pop it into the box, and then somebody like David will put the value to it, which is brilliant.
And remember the value here, you're getting an extra 20% added
value
onto the value of your box.
And that's a special only for 24 hours. You can either jump onto the phones. Their team are there right now till 3 a.m. and they'll be back in there ready waiting in the morning from 9 till 6. Remember, it's only for 24 hours. Or jump onto the website. It's really easy, but use the code SHOP20, because whatever your box is valued at, you'll get an extra 20%. So if it's £100 your box, you'll get 120. If it's £500, you'll get 100 extra pounds, which is incredible.
We've got a couple of items. Well, we've got quite a lot of items.
We thought we'd test your brains.
Right.
Is that all right?
Right.
So I've picked one. I went for that clock.
Okay.
So I'll let you.
So I'll hold it. You tell us all about it, David.
Well, I can see from here, I've had many of these. This is a little silver carriage clock, bedside clock. It would have been made around about 1900. It could be Victorian, but it's around about the 1900s. It's English hallmarked, I would guess, inside.
Oh.
It's got a French movement, more than likely a French movement.
Wow.
Enamel dial. Very, very desirable little thing. Makes a lot of money in nice condition and working.
Very pretty.
It doesn't have to be working, though, these clocks.
No, that's the great
we were
thing.
really surprised at that. And watch is the same. If you've got a clock or a watch that isn't working,
stuck in a drawer doing nothing, and it's so expensive to get them sorted out these days. But we've got guys that can sort them out, so we sell some of our watches to watch repairers looking for spare parts.
Right.
So everything's got a value. Don't throw it away. Put it in the box.
I know something that absolutely, and whatever catches your eye at home and you think, well, I don't use that, it's pointless.
It's not working.
Yeah, that's it. Put it into the box.
Sure.
Now, I saw that smoker's.
The cigarette case.
Yes. This is.
Let's have a little look.
This is so pretty.
Isn't it nice, that one? Yeah.
And it is for cigarettes, is it?
Originally for cigarettes. Today, people buy them for, can put a photograph in, can't you, or anything like that, or use it as just a nice piece of jewellery, really, isn't it? Especially this size.
Just saying business.
Look at it.
Look.
Yes. How many fags would you have got in there?
So you put your cigarettes into there.
I think you can have them made into photograph frames, you see. You can put a photograph that size, a photograph that size, take this little bit out. So you've got a useful little thing, haven't it? It's lovely.
It's good, and the workmanship on it.
It's got the English hallmarking, which is lovely about English silver. You could date that to the very year it was made.
And so that
the very town it was stamped.
And I love the fact you can just pick that up.
And this is all engraved.
All that is in your head is fantastic.
And it's got the cartouche here with nobody's initials on. You could put yours on.
You could put your initials on that.
It's a lovely thing.
That is a lovely
thing. And if you left that for a long time, it would go black and dirty, and you wouldn't realise it was silver.
So if someone's got something that looks a little bit like that, but you think, oh, mine's not silver, it's really...
It's gone black, yeah.
Because silver can really discolour.
It can, yeah.
Again, don't think it's worthless. It could be silver under there.
Would we have to clean it before we send it in?
No, just leave it as it is. It won't make any difference. You won't get any more for it.
I love it. That's a really...
But that's a lovely example, that, isn't it? Yeah, that would be quite desirable.
I know something you really like are pocket watches.
We do.
So we've got quite a beauty.
We've got a selection.
I used to have lots and lots of collectors of pocket watches, but sadly, again, a lot are dying away now, but there's still a great interest in watches.
I love a pocket
watches. That one there is a Goliath watch, they call it.
I was going to say.
Because of its size.
It's quite a size
It probably wasn't a pocket watch originally. That was probably in a silver frame that would open up. It's a travel clock, more than likely.
Oh, right.
And it would have taken out the frame, and it's a top wind. So when the top wind was invented, it was probably this side of 1900, you know, 1910, 20. But before that, it would have a key to wind it, you know, if it was older.
Gosh. So it'd be in a little
It
frame
would be
and
in a
you'd
silver frame,
travel with it.
Yeah, and you could open it up, take it out and wind it. Yeah.
And this is why Vintage Cash Cow is so unique, working alongside these experts in so many different
And
fields.
it's so nice to discover what because you might not know what certain things were or how they were used in the past. And it's so great. I just love the fact that you can virtually just look at it.
Well,
and
that's
think,
right.
oh, it's got so and so working.
But it doesn't matter again if it's not working. We've got guys that can sort the movements out and do it.
And then we're looking at something like vintage toys here, even electronics now as well.
Well,
like
that's another
the old
field
Game
nowadays,
Boys.
yeah. You know, it's Star Wars and all that sort of thing is all new to me. It's not strictly antique to me, but very collectible.
And that is the thing, there is so much you can pop into your box, so many different items that you can actually pop into your box, and whether it is toys like you were just seeing there, and if you're thinking, oh, what sort of toys, go onto the website, because on the website you'll see it says what you can send in. It will say toys, you can click through to toys and have a little nosy. Remember to order your pack on the website, that's the biggest thing. This is a great page because this is all the things you can put into your box. There's your toys, there's Emma, our expert, and then it'll give you an idea of the toys that you can send.
It's such great advice. You can see whether it's dolls or trains, peg dolls that you can see.
Oh, I used to have peg dolls.
You go, you see.
Oh wow, you see, and you'll think I've got some of those. This is the thing with Vintage Cash Cow. I know you'll watch the show. I think Mum's got loads of those. Dad's got loads. We've got loads of those. We've got those in the roof. Honestly, there's so many things in your home that could make you money. And David, for anyone at home thinking, should I, shouldn't I? And what would you say?
Listen, it's never the things you think's worth a lot of money.
That's
the other things.
True. Isn't that so
Sometimes
true?
I've gone to a house call or cleared a house and they've said, oh, I've got a wonderful sideboard, I know it's worth a lot of money, and that's not. But the smaller items can be worth
something
money.
in the drawer of that unit. It could be
the binoculars, the cameras, you know, there's so many things that people discard or haven't thrown away that can be worth money. Get them cashed in.
So don't doubt yourself. Put everything into that box.
Yes, if you're not sure, damaged or not.
Absolutely. Let the experts have a little look at what you've got in the box. Don't you try and judge what's worth something, because we just don't know, do we?
That's right.
Well, my mum's box, we were blown away. Mum thought it'd be worth about 50p, and we got about £80. We're like, yes.
And it's not just about what the experts say, it's about what customers have said. And take a look at some of these reviews. Karen said this is the second time I've used Vintage Cash Cow. The transaction went as smoothly as before. It's so easy to parcel up the items and send them. They keep you informed of your parcel's journey and are quick to make an offer. I was happy to accept. Thanks again. We've also got one from Barbara. As someone who is housebound, I appreciated having the box picked up. That's a great point from my home. I got an email the following day to say that they'd received it. I was more than happy with the offer, that the money was in my account within 48 hours.
And there's just a few Trustpilot reviews.
Just a few.
Over 20,000. Honestly, the reason you've got such great deals and why people love Vintage Cash Cow is because so many people make so much money, honestly, by sending in items that they don't think is worth a penny. And don't forget, you've got 20% extra value on your box. So when you send your box in and they value it, they will add on an extra 20%. But that is a real special, and for a couple of reasons, actually.
Yeah, it's 24 hours only, but it's a special because Vintage Cash Cow are approaching their 1 millionth customer. So it's a celebration, isn't it?
And they've given out nearly £50 million. Oh my word. And some of that might be yours. It's so easy to do. Remember, what it is making perhaps your unwanted items at home into cash. And it's so easy to box it up. Everything is free. Free phone number, free website. You'll get free labels sent to you. You can then send it completely free, or they'll actually come and collect it if you can't get it to the post office. Then they'll value it. That's free of charge. And even if they value it and you think, oh, that wasn't what I thought it would be, I think you'll be the opposite. I think, oh, that's a lot more than I thought. But if you decide that you don't want to sell the things, They even will send them back free.
Send them back to you free.
Crazy.
It's brilliant,
Got
isn't it?
nothing to lose.
And such a variety of things that you can put into your box, whether it's jewellery, whether it's gold or silver or costume jewellery. This is how you can boost your box.
Yes.
But even things like old currency,
clocks, antiques, yeah, you know, vintage collectible items, cameras, medals. Honestly, just check it all out. Obviously, your diamonds and your silver, but brass as well. If in doubt, pop it into your box, because honestly, you will probably be blown away. What you think is valuable might not be, but what you don't think is valuable might be, might it? Because we don't know.
That's how it works. And when you're ready to pack your box, remember, there are 20 people, 30 people in our UK-based team that are just sat there waiting to help you and tell you what to put in. So if you ring, that's free as well.
Oh, great.
So you can call us as well. We'll help you to load your box up. We'll tell you what to put in, what not to. Don't put the breakables like the china, the glassware. Make sure you put the right things in the box, and we'll help to do that as well.
Brilliant.
So you get, it's like hand-holding all the way through the process. But it's taken us 6 or 7 years to learn how to do that properly as well. So this hasn't happened overnight. There's a lot of, a lot of thought and a lot of time and a lot of customers. We're nearly on our millionth customer.
Brilliant. That's so exciting.
And the great thing is the millionth customer, I actually turn up to collect the box. I'll go to the door to collect it for that.
I was like,
I'll pay them right now.
Loads of people just phoned in then.
Yeah, you were peeking on the phone line.
In my post office outfit.
Bless you.
But you really must just put as much in as you want. You can put up to 30 kilos in weight.
Great.
Yeah, we should mention that. So box size, does that matter? It's just the weight.
Up to 30 kilos, put as much in as you possibly can. Use a good strong box.
Yeah.
There's lots of flimsy ones out there.
And then do fill it out with a bit of old newspaper or bubble wrap just to protect things as well.
Protect things,
and if you've got more than that, you can
use
labels,
you can have more labels. You can use
Brilliant.
a second box. We've made the service as simple as it possibly can.
And every box is insured, but say someone thinks they're sending something really valuable, they can jump onto the phone with you, check with you.
And it's not an answer phone. We answer the phone, we talk to you, we get an amount, and we just increase the insurance for you.
Brilliant.
Very, very simple,
Fabulous.
very easy to do. And then it's fully tracked all the way, every step till it gets to the building. But, we've made it so easy now. It's really easy to use.
It's a fan. Lots of people say that in the 5-star reviews, just how easy it was and how they couldn't believe they had such value in their boxes. Go on Trustpilot and check out those reviews. There's a few, 20,000. Don't read them all now. Stay with us because we're going to open the box.
Oh, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah, wasn't there a show like that?
Yes, there was. I think if there wasn't, there should be. What a great idea!
Yes.
Open the box.
We could host that for you.
Oh, look who's here.
Oh.
In here.
Gosh.
And now I'll get these to you. So let me just hand you that. There's Action
Oh, wow. Oh, he's quite an old one, isn't he?
Man. He is indeed. And
look at him.
Look, his girlfriend's here.
Oh, he's got movable joints. Oh, love.
Pass him
And he's
over.
not.
Oh, he's got a younger woman look. Oh,
Mrs. Barbie, I think she should have Ken with her though.
She should.
good. Ken will be very upset.
Yes, she will.
This will be real gossip stations, Action Man and Barbie.
Anything could happen. Anything. So all of these types of things, everybody's got them in the attic.
Yeah.
Everybody's got an old Action.
And are they both worth something?
Of course they are.
Yes,
And
you
there
see?
are
Don't doubt.
collectors
Yes,
of them.
they
People
are.
still collect these kinds of things.
And it's really good if things are in boxes, if they happen to be.
They're always worth some
Send
more
the box
money
as
if they're in a
well.
box.
Great.
We've got a camera there. We've also
Fabulous,
got
look
in
at that.
here. Oh, look, here we go. We've got more jewellery, costume jewellery and bits. This is old. Look at this. Now, this is really strange. If you pop that down, I'm going to put this in the back of it, because if you have a look here, these are beads that are amber, but they've come out of the string. But they're still valuable because we can have them. We can put them back on a string, and they've still got a value. So if you've even got some loose beads like that, they're worth putting in the box.
So even though it's a broken necklace,
it doesn't
and you might
matter.
think it's just custom jewellery.
Correct.
Send it.
And make such a difference. You put
custom
jewellery.
Custom costume.
I've made up a new jewellery there.
We might register that brand name. Custom costume. There you go. We're in. And then there's a bit of mosaic jewellery. Some costume. These are like old pearls.
And I bet. Sorry, it's gone. I'm getting more. I'm getting more.
Yeah, this is a typical box.
There's so much that you might just think, oh, I'll just throw it away. I'll just throw it out. I'll just give it away. you could actually make money yourself. And like you were saying earlier, even if you're thinking, well, I'd normally give it to charity, sometimes charity shops don't know what price to put on things.
What would they do with those beads? They wouldn't know what to do with them. So they just get discarded, and then you've lost some value, £100, £200
So
of value.
better to give it to you, and then you could give the money to charity if you wanted to.
Yes, most definitely.
What else have we got?
Oh, we've got. Oh, look at that! There you go. It's a cheroot holder.
A what?
For smoking, a cigarette holder, and all of those sell.
And what would that be made of, anyhow?
This here is probably a little bit of amber.
God.
And it's got a little gold or silver
How
tip on there.
How interesting are these things, though? Again, like you say, the theme opening the box, it'd be so exciting.
But that's exactly what they like. They want to get to the next box, so they're going through
I
them.
bet they do.
And everybody loves it.
I love the fact it's boxed as well. That's
It's
gorgeous,
great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Little collectible. And then just to show you with that camera there, if you just pop that one with it as well, somebody might look at that and think, oh, it's too modern. But
yes.
we sell those sell as well.
I've got one of those.
Well, everybody's got a drawer full of them.
Yeah.
Like with mobile phones, everybody left them behind and started taking pictures with the phone.
Yeah.
But that now you can.
So it's still got a value. It doesn't have to be antique.
No, it doesn't. Not
Brilliant.
necessarily. And then you've got. I mean, how many homes have got old holiday currency?
I can see what you've
dollars.
got.
You know,
so much bags full of it.
Bags and bags
coins
and bags
and money that's gone not used anymore.
Out of date. It doesn't matter. All of this type of thing. Very easy. You put it in your box. We can buy it from you.
And you like sort of a bag of coins, don't you? If you've got a nice bag of coins, send a good few coins.
A good few, and then you've also got in here some military. Oh no! Whoa, better stop with that one.
Oh, it's exciting.
Now, as I was saying before about this is a Matchbox car. That's a bit more valuable. That's from the 70s, boxed. There's a little clock
and it is
in there.
like a little matchbox.
Yes.
How cute is
Can I open? I don't want to ruin the box. Let me be really careful. Oh gosh, can you imagine?
If you break it, you own it.
Oh, wait for this. It's a little Rolls Royce.
Oh, isn't it?
Oh, he's lovely. I could
is it
see
a Rolls Royce or
is
a
it a
Bentley?
Bentley?
There you go.
Could see you in that.
Maybe one day.
If we could squeeze you in.
That's big for that one, I think, today.
That's gorgeous.
The only chance I've got is getting a Matchbox one.
That's fine.
And then there's a little old clock in there from the 50s.
Oh, we sent a clock like this in, which is
not hugely valuable, but it's got a value.
No,
Somebody will
that's
use it again. A bit more coins there. Sorry, I'm just going to pop those
they're
down
nice
there.
boxed coins.
And I'm going to move this. I've
This is
just
a treasure
spotted
trove.
in here.
This is quite a mixture, isn't it?
But the value's in here. Look, there's some valuable things in here. So if you have a look at this.
Right, what have we got there?
That's worth £250. That's a gold coin.
Sorry?
250, 500.
No way.
Yes way. Yes way.
So they're gold.
Oh, I can feel the weight, that one.
Yeah, much heavier.
You're much heavier.
Little gold ring there. So
so
this is quite a valuable box, this. I didn't see this at first. And then this has got some more, look, coins in here.
So
These
tell
are
me
worth
again
hundreds.
the price.
250, 500, 500. This one here is worth over 100.
And of course,
these are gold.
and of course, if you send that in, now it's worth 120.
120.
Because you get 20% more.
Well, this box here, I'm guessing.
My coin that's 500 is now worth 600
Correct.
because you get 20% on the
20% on the top. And all because we're getting to that millionth box.
Celebrating.
How
Get to that 1 million
exciting.
box. And we've just recently opened in Europe as well, so we've got a big offer.
Exciting.
So and the service is as wanted there as it is here.
Yeah.
We just didn't know what it was going to be like. Nobody had any idea.
Well, you didn't when you started here, did you? And it's just grown and grown and grown.
You just have no idea the size of the operation now. And it is fantastic that people can do everything all in one go, get paid for it all in one go. Very, very simple. No auctioning, no going to the likes of eBay or... You can sell everything individually and get some more money. Of course you can. Or do you want ease of service, get it all done, one go, have it all done, clear the space out and get paid immediately.
And I don't...
Expert valuation.
Yeah,
Yes.
and also an extra 20%. I don't think anybody really, wherever you
what
went,
a bonus.
I'll give you an extra 20% for that. But you are getting that if you're getting your booking right now. Because honestly, if you actually order your pack right now, that's what you need to do on the phones or the website. You will get a pack that comes to you that will give you an extra 20% on your box. Now, then you can look on the website and check out all the different items you can put in your box.
I love this.
Because there's so much.
Yeah, and if you click on each one, it talks you through the do's and don'ts, if you like, what they
Who
will
would have
take.
thought glasses?
Designer
Like
sunglasses, yeah.
I bet lots of you have got old sunglasses, and I bet even if one arm's fallen off or something, it's still got value.
But it'll talk you through the brands if they are something that Vintage Cash Cow will take. You can see such a variety, even things like phones now and some electronics, but it'll guide you through everything to send and how to fill that box to get that maximum. And the extra 20% as long as you use the code SHOP20.
And that's big celebrations because they are approaching their millionth customer, which is so exciting, and actually giving away about £50 million right now. This next story could be yours if you get that box done. So get it packed up and get it sent.
Hello, I came across Vintage Cash Cow through a friend who recommended I try the service because my mother-in-law died at the end of last year and we are in the process of clearing her house, which is an Aladdin's cave of vintage. She kept everything and she lived to the age of 92. So I gathered together things that Vintage Cash Cow recommended in their catalogue: jewellery, silverware, cutlery, old pens, old toys, other things like that. Sent them off, and about a week later I found I'd made quite a lot of money, which is extraordinary. And they explained to me very carefully what they'd done with every item, which was really nice to know. Oh, some old clocks as well, lovely old clocks. So I'm absolutely thrilled.
It's really a great way to get rid of perhaps unwanted items that you've got at home without throwing them out, without giving them away, and possibly getting a huge value for them. You just don't know until you put them into the box and send them to Vintage Cash Cow.
And it's a really simple process, isn't it?
So easy.
This is a great thing. And everything's free, remember. You can call free 0800 246 5508. You can go to the website, vintagecashcow.co.uk. You can scan the QR code if you've got WhatsApp, and the team will be in touch with you. And remember, it's a case of boxing it, sending it and selling it.
It's all free. However you do it, it's completely free of charge. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. And even if you change your mind and you don't want to sell the items, they'll even send them back to you free. But you may have put something into the box that you didn't realise was so valuable.
Might be a huge value item. Now, Anthony's back with us to talk us through some of the kind of things that you get in the boxes.
Well, look, we do get quite a lot of high value. As we've got bigger and bigger and bigger and we get so many more boxes, we obviously get more higher value things coming through. The things that are high value are things like expensive pieces of jewellery, larger diamonds, things that, designer brand wearing jewellery, older things from the... just the nice, expensive jewellery. Now, we're not talking hundreds, we're talking thousands of pounds.
Wow.
And the classic examples, obviously, watches.
Yeah.
Everybody's got an expensive watch. So these are ones we've actually had in, and I'll just show you the difference just very briefly. Like in here, there's a watch. This is an old Submariner watch. This can sell from anywhere from £5,000 to £8,000.
Wow.
This particular one here, it's not in its correct box and it doesn't have its original paper, so it's worth slightly less. But it did get sent in like this, which leads me to believe somebody had another watch that can't find it and they've put that in the box.
Right.
So that's...
They might not have realised it was worth so much.
No idea. And obviously then you can go through it and explain to them, then you can ask them to look for the paperwork for them. So something like this is going to be somewhere between £5,000 and £10,000. It's a high value item.
Does that all depend on the paperwork and the box?
Yeah, the more that's with it and the more original it is and the better the condition, the more it's going to make.
How exciting.
And this is a box from the 70s here. Oh, there's a couple in here because there's an old Rolex watch. It's a metal one. That's worth maybe £2,500, £3,000. And then we've got the sister company to Rolex. I'll let you hold that for a second. This is by Tudor. And this is another one. This is probably £1,500 to £2,000. So that's made by Rolex's sister company, Tudor, like an Escort and a Rolls Royce. The big brother. So all these come through as well. And that box doesn't match any of those. That box is actually off a day-date watch that was made in the 1970s. So you just don't know how they come in, why they come in. Somebody's put them all in there, sent them, then we get them authenticated.
So you can have a big value item, but then we've got the box. Is the box worth anything?
Well, that box is worth £200.
What? No way! I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't.
So you've got a box like this, go find it. Even if you don't have
Oh
watch
my
it,
goodness.
get it sent in, because, you know, it's important. And then just very briefly, and I'll just tell you, we also get, I mean, somebody sent these. Now, we don't buy these because we're not allowed to, but somebody sent these in. Now, if that watch would have been real, it's £100,000. But it isn't real.
Oh,
so maybe somebody's been left it, somebody's been gifted it, somebody's bought it. So it's a replica of a watch. Now, we're not allowed to sell them again, so we can't buy them.
Right.
We're really supposed to destroy them because they're fakes.
Oh, God.
But if that had have been real, it's nearly £100,000. Had that have been real, that's exactly the same. But they're not real. Now, I'm not suggesting people send them thinking we're going to buy them, but they don't know, they're not aware.
No,
they may have been left it in a will or gifted it or found it.
What if they are real?
But they can be real. We have had real of these. We have had them real.
That is the thing, isn't it? Some people just won't know, especially if it's been left to you and you don't really know about watches. And you think, well, I wonder, shall I send it in?
Definitely.
And then to discover it is a
But
high
that's
value
the
watch.
answer. You must send everything in.
Yes.
Let us tell you what it is.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you've lost nothing. We've told you what it is. And then if I can ring you and say, oh, we're going to pay you £10,000 for something, you know, it's massive. And I mean, there are some radio adverts that we've done where I hear a lady on the radio and one of our guys, Callum, had spoken to her, and you hear her on the radio and she actually swears when he tells her how much she had to bleep it out. She got a shock and she was driving the car, she had to pull over. She had a massive offer. So, look, they're not all massive offers. I'm not saying everybody's going to get this. You know, we buy a lot of mid-range product, but every now and again there's that little gem and people get really, really excited.
The secret is just putting everything into your box, not doubting yourself, because you honestly don't know. So pop it into the box and discover, because you have got the true professionals that are going to look at this and value this. There's years, hundreds of years of experience on whatever item you send in.
And experts in every field. That's what I love about it.
And of course, you can check the website to find out what you can send in, because when you go into the website, it'll give you an idea of what you can send and what you can't send. And it's so simple then to discover what you can and can't. You can jump on the phones. The phone number is free and they will answer questions if you want to ask any questions. Remember, they're there right now. But you must get in contact right now, because the thing is, you are going to miss out on the opportunity to send these items in with the extra 20% value on whatever you send in.
It's a 24-hour time-limited offer. That's why you should do it now. Box it up. Carefully pack your unwanted valuables into a box. Remember, that's the only thing you have to supply, a nice, sturdy cardboard box. Send it. Send the box. It's free, it's safe, and it's insured. And then sell it. Get your fair, no-obligation offer within less than 7 days. And what have you got to lose?
Nothing to lose.
No.
Everything to gain. And don't forget, if the price isn't right, you can actually get it returned, your box, completely free of charge. All you need to do is get in contact to get those free labels and make sure you use that code, because there's so many great stories. Either the phones, the website, or the QR code, and that'll take you through to WhatsApp. So it's really easy to get in contact, and then you've got the deal you're seeing on the screen.
Let's listen to another story. This is what Wendy had to say.
Well, I'm an only child and an only grandchild, so I have inherited and acquired tons and tons of stuff over the decades and just couldn't bring myself to get rid of it. But yeah, I love it all. And it just goes with the house as well, because the house is old. So every time I see something old or vintage, I think, yes, I've got to have that. It'll look perfect in the house. But now the house is full. I can't bring myself to throw it away. It's too nice for that. So that to know that it's going somewhere else and being used and being appreciated, that makes a big difference and makes it easier to let go of it as well. Because originally I had all these boxes up in the attic gathering dust, and the thought of researching different specialists for different things and then getting in a car and driving to different places with different items and different boxes was just overwhelming. So I never did anything about it. But then when I heard about Vintage Cash Cow and realised I just put everything, all the different things in one box and send it off, and you guys deal with it all, that just made life so much easier. So I went for it. A friend told me about it. She said it was the best thing she'd ever done. And then, by complete coincidence, a few months later, I saw the advert on the telly and thought, oh, that's what my friend was talking about. I must look into that. And then sort of looked you guys up and found out more information. And just the way you described it, I thought, that sounds so simple and straightforward. I'll give it a try. And I'm really glad that I did. I sent jewellery, gold, silver, old coins, old toys, some watches, cameras, war memorabilia, my granddad's war memorabilia. The precious stuff, that's got the real connection, I actually got that framed and had it on a wall. But then I had all this other stuff that I'd acquired that I didn't actually know what the history of it was, where it was from. And obviously couldn't throw it away because it was special, but I didn't have an emotional connection to it. So I sent all that to Vintage Cash Cow to sort out as well. I would definitely 100% recommend Vintage Cash Cow. I was happy with the offer I got. I was happy with that, very happy with that, and used it to go on a girls' weekend in Paris with my old bezies. So thank you for that, Vintage Cash Cow. We had a great weekend in Paris. We did the full works. We went up the Eiffel Tower, walked along the banks of the Seine. We did all the traditional stuff that you expect to do in Paris, but absolutely loved it. Got some great pics of us all at the top of the Eiffel Tower, all waving. Good stuff.
You didn't take Herman?
No, I think the steps would have been a bit too much for Herman. Although I'm sure he would have given it a try, but he would have been pushing everybody else out the way to get to the top. People diving off the sides of the tower, no. And as you can see, I've got plenty more to send as well, so it's on its way. Thank you, Vintage Cash Cow.
Love Wendy, and I bet you'll be just the same. Once you've done one box, you think, hang on, because we have got so many things everywhere, haven't we? I bet you've got loads of things upstairs that you haven't touched for ages.
And once you do that, it's the same with your mum, wasn't it? Once you've seen what you can get,
it's the excitement of the money, and that money, you can use that for whatever you wish. It might be you're looking forward to a holiday, go towards that, or a weekend away.
Might just be a lunch or a dinner.
Theatre, afternoon tea.
I love what Vicky said earlier about making memories with the money as well. It's fabulous, it really is. And the offers are fantastic.
Well, they're extra special tonight, and it is because they're celebrating. Vintage Cash Cow are celebrating, they're nearly at their millionth customer.
1 million customers.
How incredible is that?
Approaching that,
So yeah, they're virtually there. So as a celebration, you are getting an extra 20% added onto the value of your box. So if your box was £200 worth, you'd actually get £240. If it was £500 worth, you'd get £600. If it was £100 worth, you'd get £120. So whatever you put in, you'll get an extra. But did you see there was a code? It's on your screen all the time. You must use that. That shop 20 is going to allow you to get that extra 20%.
Yeah, that's simple as that. Use the code, get the extra 20%. Lots of simple ways to get in touch, but it's a simple process as well. It's a case of 1, 2, 3. Box it, carefully pack your valuables into a box. And you were saying, like, you used newspaper or bubble wrap,
some of the newspaper, actually, the stuff was all wrapped in it already. And that was vintage too. So yeah, we used newspaper, a little bit of bubble wrap, sent it off. We took it down to the post office. It's completely free. The label that they'll send you will allow you free postage. Or if it's too heavy, because you can go up to 30 kilograms, or perhaps you can't get out and about so well, they will come and collect it. You can get on the phone and organise that as well. And then you can sell it, because in 7 days they'll give you the value of your box. And if you say yes, that money can be in your account that afternoon.
That's great.
If you decide it's not right, or you've changed your mind, they'll even send the box back for free. I truly think you'll just be blown away, because you'll be so surprised with how much your box is worth, because I think a lot of the things we'll look in and think it's not worth anything, but actually we don't know. So do it, because it's free postage and returns, no obligation, so that's completely hassle-free.
And it's quick and it's easy and it's fully insured as well, which is another massive bonus. Lots of easy ways to get in touch, whether it's website, phone, all the details on your screen, even a QR code just there if you've got
and so many things you can put in your box as well. Check all that out on the website, because perhaps things you won't even think about. Now, we've spoken times about gold and things, but actually we're going to speak about silver now, because we've got Joanna with us who's got a passion for silver, which I absolutely love. And you've got some beautiful items here that actually you've discovered out of people's boxes.
Yeah. So these have all come out of people's boxes. I've handpicked them myself for today.
I love that.
Brilliant. What are we going to look at first, Joanna?
Oh, I don't know.
Decisions.
This is like a sweetie box, isn't it?
Yes, we'll go with the blue compact.
Right. And what is this?
So this is a ladies' vanity compact, probably from around like the 1940s time.
Oh, wow.
When ladies used to have the face powder. No, they're all plastic. They're not as cute.
No,
not
it has
at
this
all.
like blue gouache enamel detail. But even though it's damaged, so if you were selling this yourself, you might not get a higher price because it's damaged. But we can still buy it even when it's damaged. And the mirror's cracked inside as well.
Yeah, but you don't need to worry
So
about that. It doesn't matter if there's a damage to it. Send it in.
It's that gorgeous blue enamel on the front, but the rest of it, is that a silver compact?
Yes.
Yeah.
So all this it's all silver, and this is all set in the silver.
And I don't think people would realise that.
No.
Especially because you wouldn't imagine that actually they'd make a vanity case, you know, like this, that with powder in, that is silver, you know, but they did, and that's exactly what you found. It was built to last, and it certainly has lasted.
And what sort of value would that be, do you reckon?
This one in particular, about 120.
Really?
Yes.
That's why I asked, you see, for that reaction. That was exactly why I asked.
It would be more if this wasn't damaged.
Right.
This takes a lot of money off. Unfortunately.
And it's like
with anything, like if you're buying something secondhand, you want something that's in perfect
But that's
condition.
great, and you probably would have thrown that away because you'd think, well, it's damaged. You know, it's the mirror's cracked. You'd never have thought it was silver because it's just a compact.
And it's miscoloured, hasn't it, over time?
Yeah, and you wouldn't think for a minute it was worth something. How much was it worth again? About
120, 130.
Yes,
now,
and of course an extra 20% on that because you've got the deal today.
Yeah,
we're loving this.
No, we spotted that matchbox earlier,
yeah,
didn't
this
we?
is so
This
cute.
is really nice. When you look at this, when we first looked at the top, we weren't sure what it was, but then when you so it's basically a silver box to keep your matchbox.
How cool!
Yeah. And it's got cherubs on, which is adorable.
Oh, it has.
These are actually very common. I see a lot of these. They're really lovely.
They are, absolutely.
And again, it's silver, so
Gorgeous.
it's going to carry quite a value to it.
Yeah, not as much as the compact.
Okay.
Is this an old box inside?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a proper old box of matches in there, look.
Oh.
So what would we sort of be looking
Looking
at
about
there
30 to 40 pounds.
Okay.
Like things with like this detail on, like something that's really decorative, especially the cherubs. That helps the pricing.
Really nice.
So again, if you might have found something similar to that and no clue what it actually is, because it didn't have a box of matches in, so you've got no idea, and you again might think it was worthless, but actually it's not. Everything. Look at everything like it's worth something because we just
You could
don't
be
know.
surprised.
I love this little table here because we've got so many goodies. Where shall we go next, Joanna?
This one's connected to this one.
Oh, right.
I might let you guess what you think it is.
Let's have a look. Oh, it's like one of those games.
Yeah, I'll let you have a guess.
Now, you said it's connected.
I can help you open the lid.
Is it the right way?
Oh, yeah. Would you show me how to open it? Because that might give us a clue. Oh.
And it's connected to this one.
So it's connected to the matches.
So would you wouldn't keep matches in
The
it,
matches
would you?
go in there, don't they?
You would.
You would
you
keep
matches in there as well?
She was telling me sneakily.
So as well, like obviously these
So on
ones,
the go, maybe.
Yeah, what you'd have in your home. These ones were what people carried in the pocket.
Oh,
Is it a horseshoe?
Yeah, it's a horseshoe that's like novelty, which was really popular, like Victorian or Edwardian times. The fact that it's novelty, I just think it's so cute.
And again, you'd look at that and it looks a bit dirty, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Doesn't look very shiny. I probably wouldn't thought it was silver because
No.
you just don't know.
No, you don't know. And I think with this one, the mark's hidden as well. I think it's underneath the lid.
Right. Oh, right. So
if you don't know what you're
yes, it
looking
is.
Yeah, so if you don't know what you're looking for, you might not know it's silver.
That's why it's great that you have the experts in all the different fields when it comes to
great is
vintage
that?
cash cow. Now, a lot of people have cutlery cutlery of all different forms. And my mum used to collect spoons.
Lots of little spoons she had, didn't she? And you've got some smaller spoons there. Tell us about those, whichever ones you'd like.
These ones are my favourite, just because they're more colourful.
Let's have a little look.
So we'll have a look at
I can
these ones.
see now. They've got like an enamel.
Gosh, there you have.
I couldn't see it.
And then they also have this like hammered effect.
Oh, they're pretty.
Let me grab the extras. Look at that.
Isn't that beautiful?
But I can't tell you how many spoons I see.
And really, it's a big
so
thing.
many.
Can you see where that is hammered there on the back?
Oh, yeah.
So, would these have been for tea? Would these have,
Yeah, teaspoons.
Desserts, maybe.
More special, these ones with the enamel on.
Yeah.
You see, I would use those.
I would. They're all different colours as well, aren't they?
Yeah. They're so cool. And a lot of the sort of afternoon tea china and things is really cool now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So this would be great,
really
wouldn't
retro,
it? If you have people around for afternoon tea and stuff, that would be so cool. I love those. Value-wise?
About £70. Like, they did not come in a case.
So they weren't in a box?
No, they weren't in a case.
Like
they were loose. Like, maybe in the case a little bit more. They're still very valuable.
Gorgeous. Now we've got time to squeeze in one more thing.
Yes, what do you fancy?
What's that in front of that little matchbox just there on the
It's
track?
like a silver cap. I'm quite intrigued.
That is what it looks like,
It does look like a silver
guess
cap.
again?
I don't think. I looked at it earlier.
Is this to do with tea?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey,
is it like a little strainer type?
Yeah, so it's like they call them caddy spoons.
So do you rest your spoon in there?
No, it's to like scoop out the loose.
But it's for loose tea.
Yeah, loose tea.
That's good.
To go in.
Yeah.
I think we used to have one
I
of
bet
these.
you did. Caddy spoon.
I think we did.
Yeah.
And again, you've probably got some and wondered what on earth it was. Absolutely fabulous.
Brilliant.
It's been so great having your company.
Lovely.
Your passion's lovely, but I love the fact you've grown up with Vintage Cash Cow and your heart's there, isn't it? Completely?
Yeah, definitely.
And your passion's grown as you worked with it. Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us, Joanna. So much knowledge across all of the experts who work with Vintage
And that's a great thing. So many things you can send in. The knowledge is all there to value it. And don't forget, you can get that extra 20% if you make sure you order your labels now, either on the phones or the website, which of course is vintagecashcow.co.uk. You go directly to them. Loads of information on there, but do make sure you check out your free pack, but use the code SHOP20 because that will give you the extra 20% value on everything. Loads of great stories as well about how people spend them.
How they spend them when I love that.
Quite exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lots of things that perhaps you don't particularly want or need, but you don't want to throw away. Everything's going to be rehomed and reloved, and you get pennies in your pocket, sometimes pounds and sometimes more.
Yeah, vintagecashcow.co.uk. Take advantage of that extra special offer, but use that code SHOP20 to get the deal.
We were sorting through my late father's estate and had lots of little bits that we weren't sure what to do with, and a friend recommended Vintage Cash Cow to me. So I clicked on the link and got the little pack which told me exactly the things that you would be looking for. So what we had was a selection of old medals and calligraphy writing implements, some silver, some pewter, that kind of thing really, and we packaged them up in the box, an old recycle box, put on the labels that had been put in my pack, took it to the post office, and they sent it away. We got communication when the box had arrived, and then a phone call the next day offering me £125 of cash, well, money into my account, which I accepted, and it's going towards our half-term holiday cottage with my children. So it's been fantastic. I would totally recommend it to anybody. The team are very quick, efficient and friendly, and thank you.
I think the really lovely thing is everything is rehomed, reloved, recycled, nothing's thrown away. So you know those items you're putting into that box, they are going to go on to live on elsewhere with somebody else, which I think is a really nice feeling.
There's no waste. So if that's your passion, that's another bonus when it comes to Vintage Cash Cow. And remember, you're getting that extra 20% on the value of your box. Celebrating almost 1 million customers.
Which is absolutely incredible, Anthony, isn't it?
Well, we were fighting for 10 at the beginning. So
yeah,
to get there,
you were waiting for the postman to knock.
It's true.
And now they come daily with thousands of parcels.
boxes, Yeah, that is incredible. But that's the result of a long job of hard work from a very big team of people over the course of the last 6 or 7 years, and learning. You've got to remember there is no other business like this.
No.
So we couldn't copy something. We've had to develop all of this out from fresh.
Yeah,
so
you've grown and grown and grown,
Yeah.
and something that you got quite passionate about is you didn't want to throw anything away.
Well, I think after the first year or two, you start to realise there's more to the business than just buying and selling and making money. And I don't mean that we're in business. Of course, we want to make some money, but the people that work in the business are passionate about doing things with the product. And then as the years have gone on, it's become part of the DNA of the company.
Yeah.
And I think it's in people's DNA now that they want to restore, refresh, rehome, recycle. It's a very, very big thing now, and that can be assured with with Vintage Cash Cow that's what we do. I mean, you look at that. There's a tray of watch movements there. They would literally get put in a bin anywhere else.
Yeah.
We
So
actually.
what do you do with them?
We take them. A watch repairer might want some. Some people make pictures and collages up out of them, artworks out of them.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And there's always a home and another home for something, and you've always got to be thinking and looking for people to be looking for a new home. I mean, I can't say who, but we've recently been approached by a very big high street brand that wants to carry a whole range of vintage items in their stores, which is very exciting for us to actually be approached. But trying to get that together, that's a job in itself as well. That isn't easy. So people want to use things that have been used before, and it's as important as the money. It can be as important to somebody that they know that things are going to get used again.
Definitely.
They want to know that something's going to happen with it. People are interested to know that even if this here's a bangle, it's broken. I can't tell you how many of them bangles have been put in the bin. Landfill has got tons of gold and silver in it. There were people throw them away after a night out. We take this, we'll repurpose it, reuse it. It can be turned into something new. So it's always going to have another life. Watches, pens, lighters, like these here, pen for instance. They might not be able to use that because it might need a new filler putting in here. But we get the new filler put in and it's ready for use again. Whereas somebody might look at that and go, oh, well, I can't get it repaired. Where's the pen shop to get my pen repaired?
Yeah. Exactly.
There isn't one.
No,
There is nowhere to go with it.
No.
Where do I go get my Game Boy repaired? There is nowhere. Who's going to clean my pipe for me? We can do all of those things because we now got to a scale that's allowed us to get the people to do it. I mean, if you'd told me today that we're going to have 300 people working in our organisation that are going to repurpose, rehouse, reuse, and the re-commerce is a massive word. I mean, you see it with clothing a lot. Look at all the brands that are selling clothing and say that is an absolute huge thing. And old electronics, it's massive now. So, we're just in a different sector. We're in a different end of that business. And there's just not enough of the product to supply the market.
I think the great thing with your company that makes it unique is you take so many different things, Anthony.
It's one job done in one go, as Vicky was saying. We do the whole job in one for you. Now, don't get me wrong. You may want the job of spending 2 years selling every item individually. But it's impossible. I mean, and we know that the formulas work here now. I think I told you before, we've recently just opened in 4 European countries in one go. All at
once.
All at once. And you can't believe the appetite for the business is the same. And guess what? All the same products. It's all the same. You could walk in there and think you were in our place
across Europe.
Yes, and across Europe it's all the same. And there's nobody doing it there either. So we've definitely found a product market product market fit kind of thing. Now we've just got to develop it out and get everybody to know it's there. So not everybody knows it, but it takes a bit of time.
That's it. We are getting there. And for anyone that is watching, thinking, should I use Vintage Cash Cow? What would you say?
There's never been a better time. Look, how could it be any better? Everything from beginning to end, it's seamless. You get it handheld all the way through,
and it's free.
It's free. If you decide not to sell it, fine. We send it back to you. We only ask you to do one thing: invest a little bit of time. If you can give us a bit of time, we'll take it in, we'll value it, and then if we can't actually buy it from you, or we don't want it, or you don't want to sell it, we can advise you where to sell it as well.
Right.
The bonuses that we've got in place for the minute, if you like, it's spring cleaning, or what does our
spring clearing?
Yes.
Spring clearing, as she call it, mine clearing. So we've got all that coming up now, and there's never been a better time to actually get all your products, put them in a box, send them in, get an offer, get your money, and if you decide not to, we give you it back. And we even give advice where, if you decide not to sell it, we'll even give you some advice where we think you might do well with it. So, it's win-win.
It really is a win-win situation. And we've got to say a massive thank you to you and to the whole team. Of course, we've had an amazing team behind the scenes, as well as everyone you've seen on screen as well. And everybody has just got this beautiful passion.
Very much
and you feel it. It's lovely.
Well, it's nice. I feel like you've got the passion for it as well, so that makes it even better. See some great people here.
We've got the bug.
Thank you.
Like you.
Nice.
And just like you will have as well, because once you've sent that box in and you get this value and you think, oh my goodness, I didn't think it was worth that, you will be just as passionate as us and you'll be getting that next box ready. But do this box now, because you have got that extra 20% value being added on to anything you send in. If it's £500 your box, you'll get an extra £100. They'll actually give you £600, but only for 24 hours. The team, as I say, they're there till 3, or jump onto the actual website. The team will be back at the call centre from 9 a.m. until 6. But remember, you must do it today.
You can even scan that QR code if you've got WhatsApp.
Do it now.
And it'll talk you through. But yeah, very important. Do it right now.
Because you might forget and you've missed an extra 20%. I know so many people that got in touch with me saying, I forgot to do it and I've missed out. And you go, well, yeah, you have missed out. You'll have to wait. And we don't know if we'll ever have that deal again. So grab it whilst the stock, well, the opportunity is there, and you can put all your bits and pieces into your box, which is fabulous.
And we can't reiterate enough, do it right now. Don't miss out and get this fabulous offer from vintagecashcow.co.uk.
We love it. We love Vintage Cash Cow. You'll love it. You'll love the extra money in your pocket, but you do need to do it now.